And we're recording. So, let's see. I think people are kind of settling into the chat. I know, we're gonna be getting more people flowing in as time goes on, but, hello everybody. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Oh, right, we have an actual intro that I need to read out.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me rewind for 2 seconds.
We're starting off perfectly.
Oh,
Well,
this totally isn't crashing.
We are the best.
let me do the intro already, and then we'll do the introductions of blah blah blah. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to ClovenCast, the podcast show where we have no intro. Would our lovely hosts like to please introduce themselves?
Hello, I'm Maple. I do art and I think cool. And next person?
Yes, I love it.
Rip.
Hi, I'm Springheart the I see many of you from RamCon. I was your event coordinator. I make online content and stuff, and woo, llamas don't make that noise. Hee hee.
And hi, I'm Spirit, that one sort of furry YouTuber that apparently people like for some reason.
Oh, they like you for a reason.
Because you're the best.
You're the
No,
best.
they like me because my persona is hot. That's what everyone
I mean,
calls
Yes.
Is that
Slay.
so
me. Anyway.
Slay the day.
For those who are joining the stream, we've got a bit of a different system in place for tonight, so we are going to be focusing first on the overflow for those who were not able to get their OCs critiqued. So we've pulled we've pulled the OCs from the archived chat in the RamCon server, and we have them here in front of us. We're going to start off with the people who donated but were unable to make, either unable to make it or we just didn't have time for them, unfortunately. And then we have, I don't think we're going to be able to get to everyone. Like, we've selected a small series of ones that we felt we would be able to at least provide good, proper feedback, because a lot of the pictures that we found in the original chat were black and white, and we wanted to primarily provide critiques to the design rather than the quality of art. So this is a lot more focused on talking about the design than it is the actual than it is the actual quality of the art, which I know we did some of that last time. But here's kind of how that whole thing is going to work. So first things first, we're going to start off with the overflow. So we've got about 2 hours of time budgeted for that. Then we're going to take about a 10-minute break. And then after that, so a lot of you might notice we have another donation bar at the bottom. And this is actually going towards something else. And that would be, it's going to be going to... Spring, can you help me with my words? I cannot English for the life of me.
So, our lovely, awesome blue deer for, what is it, 4 years?
Technically 2015, so 5.
Okay, so for 5 years has been trying to write a book about dragons. Okay? And I know there's more in the book, but it's primarily dragons, okay? And deer. But dragons. And it's amazing, and I've been reading it, and I want it. So, currently, we're at the stage where Spirit needs to get this book in front of an editor. So we are trying to fundraise so that Spirit can give this to an editor. So the people at the second half of this stream, your donations, words.
You want me to do it? I can cover
Yep,
it
you
here.
can go. You take it away.
So basically the system that we have in place is that, so you might see in the Twitch widgets, and we just got a donation, I can't even see it update right now, but you might see we have a donation widget in the description, or is it called the description on Twitch? I can't remember. Anyway, you might find there's a donate widget, and there's a bunch of other widgets underneath the stream, where if you donate, and if you'd like to get your OC critiqued, and you didn't get them critiqued in the last one, if you include the link to your character's design in the donation, then we will include you in the second half of the stream. and hopefully we can cover everyone. If not, we will go ahead and do another stream in the future. But knowing you guys, we're probably gonna, well, at least knowing all of us here on the stream, we're probably gonna ramble and talk in circles a whole lot. But yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we've
is that such a bad thing, though?
no
I've
people
got
like
the timer because we need to give
Oh
everyone an equal
no!
turn.
You're going to spend time talking about my OC. I'm so upset. Tell me more about my cool character.
I made a Z with sticky tape.
We're
The quarantine has
very
gotten
organized here, everyone.
And at some point, Christy might show up. We don't know where our unicorn is at.
So
But
it
for
seems
now,
like
you
for
have
the
3
past,
sassy ladies.
so it seems like for the last stream, I wasn't here, but now I am, and so it seems like for this stream, Christy isn't here unless she decides to show up.
And as a note, we do have a very, 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 very special announcement regarding RamCon at the end of the stream. So we encourage you guys to stick around. Not sure how long it's gonna run. We have a couple hours budgeted for this, so.
Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be exciting, my RamCon friends. Oh, thank you, D Birch, for the $2.
Yes, thank you very much. But anyway, let me go ahead. Let me set up a timer. I hate doing recording on my headset because I'm always aware of the headset. So when I'm like in a call, just casual talk, I kind of forget about it. But when I'm recording, I have to think about it.
Yes.
I got a 5-minute timer. So well, without Christy, it's basically gonna be Maple first, Spring second, and then me third, and we'll be talking primarily about the design itself. But we will. I doubt we'll cover quality of art, but we may point out a few things just for those artists watching in the chat. More just along the lines of like not this. English is my first language, I promise. Less along the lines of like, oh, this is bad, and more just along the lines of maybe pointing out like, oh, this is something they did well, or this is something you could maybe work on that a lot of people could learn from. So anyway, before we stall too much longer, Maple.
Something nice, something to work on, or like this one. Yeah, one. Go.
Well, with this design, we're looking at Lee. I think we're pronouncing it. I don't see too much bad with it. It's an overall good design. I guess it's just with this one, it just comes down to getting to the nitty and gritty detail about it. Like, I can clearly see the tiger. It's golden tiger. It's literally in the ref sheet there. And I guess with that, the leg stripes kind of look, I don't know, not really. Like they're stripes, but they're not like. I feel like if you look at a reference of a tiger, there's like some more going on there. You know, like it kind of has some in between stripes, and like kind of picking up what I'm putting down. Like it's not just.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Like just the one line there, just kind of going down, like kind of. Yeah, like going like it's a little bit better of an example when you look at the back. Just kind of have that as a repeating theme going down the leg, kind of. But yeah, overall, this is a solid design, like color-wise. I give a big old thumbs up. It's not cluttered, like it's solid.
Okay. So like the color scheme, everything, it's all there, it matches. Nothing's like blinding my eyes. I really like that. So the thing that's bugging me about this, I don't know. So I love the concept of a different colored stripe. That's like, I didn't even think of that. That's cool. Like it gives it an edgy punk look. But at the same time, for some reason, my eyes are like these, like especially if you're looking at the back view, my brain is like these lines are not on the body. Like for some reason, I can't. It's weird. Like I feel like you used the term like floating lines last time, and like I feel like those are floating. I don't think that's what this is, but they don't look like they're on the body to me.
Floating shapes.
They don't look like they're on. I don't know how you fix that. I don't know if it's because the lines are bolded around them.
I think that might be it. Where it almost
Yeah.
looks like they're stickers, almost.
Mm,
Yeah, the term would be floating shapes, and I think
okay.
I'm definitely on the same page with you when it comes to that. I think and it might just be an instance of the art itself. I think
Yeah.
another thing that might do some good is to A, reduce the number of stripes, and B, find a way to anchor point them.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the issue, is that you have a lot of stripes which feature the blue, and the blue is the engineering element which draws the eye to the face.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Which I
something
love those two lines. It's so cool on the face.
yes,
Because it's
the
like
tiger stripes are very
yeah, it's
pretty.
like it's like in baseball when you have the black line under the eyes. I love it.
Um,
And
I
I'm just thinking aloud here, so continue.
I would almost think that if you even made the if you made the stripes blue instead, or not blue, sorry,
Maybe the
like more
brown of the tail.
golden, yeah, that color, like more of a golden color, and then that way the blue draws up more to the face, or like maybe have like if maybe what could also be kind of cool is having like a bit of a hue and like an almost like gradient or shine, I suppose
Oh,
maybe
a gradient.
in the stripe in the stripes.
Like
So that way
in
it's not yeah, so it's like so that way it's not drawing too much attention away from the face, but that blue element's still there.
I
it
feel
would be
like that
so
might
cool if it was a
draw a little
gradient.
too. That's. I think the issue of that is reproductibility. Like it's harder to
Yeah.
reproduce that over and over again. Like even here, I don't know if the lines are a stylistic choice or if they are a matter
If it's
of.
supposed to be like bold, or if they're supposed to be like that. Yeah.
And what I'm thinking is that I'm kind of just experimenting here. You could have it where the stripes are interlaced. Let me pull up the paint
Or you
bucket.
could have selected areas of blue stripes.
Yeah, I think one thing that bothers me a lot about stripes is that you have to have an anchor point and you have to simplify them down as much as possible. So, especially when it comes to developing a fursuit or drawing frequent amounts of art, you want to avoid having a lot of stripes, spots, or shapes that are going to require like intricacy because not only
Mhm.
will it increase the price of your commission, but it will also make a suit more prone to breaking. So right now I'm just kind of experimenting. I think your best, and that's the timer. I just think if I were to wrap it up, your best route is going to be to reduce the number of stripes to maybe like three up top, three at the bottom, um, two on the forearm, two on the upper arm, blah blah blah, and focus on drawing the attention into the face. So, do you guys have any other closing remarks before we move on to the next character?
I really
No.
like the simplifying of the blue, like just like a little bit of blue
Yeah, just like on
stripe.
the shoulders there.
Yeah, it really makes like a difference.
Well, yeah, and it draws my eyes back up to the face, right?
Yeah, it's so yeah.
I also
It's a
think if
style
you
thing.
really wanted to draw the eye to the face, if you removed the facial stripes, you could actually, just purely on the basis of simplification, the eye will be drawn to it. But
And like
anyway,
it gives the character it gives the OC more character like interest. Like I'm more interested in this character because you did that.
hmm
And another thing too is that it's a tiger. So it's like when you take away all the stripes, it's I mean,
well, you don't want to take away all the stripes. You just want to reduce the amount of them so it doesn't feel like an overly cluttered character design. But we do have
yeah.
to keep on schedule. Thank
Yeah,
you so much
sorry.
for the submission.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead. We have our next timer. So the next character is Baron. Zillion sent this in last week, so we'll go ahead. And for those who are unaware,
Yes.
Baron is a protogen. So I'll go ahead. Maple, you can start.
All right. Well, again, this one again, my eyes are being drawn a lot to the body. Like there's so much going on there, and that's the most interesting. But then when I look at the arms and the legs, I find that it's just a little barren. Like
Mhm.
it's like okay, so much is going on in your top, like kind of center, but oh, what's there going on anywhere else? And it's like another problem where it's like the face is kind of cool, but again, like I want, I'm not sure how to fix it. that's one of these things with mecha designs. I'm not really entirely sure how, but I know that that's the problem, I guess. You know?
Yeah, I'm
So,
following you.
yeah, like that would be a good fix there to add that kind of stock there that you're doing there.
Spring.
So something I like about it, it's red. It's like a race car. It look like I think of like it should be like running around a racetrack and have some sponsor stickers slapped on on its bottom.
Hey, mom's car, boom boom.
Mom, I'm on television. Thing that I gotta stop watching what you're doing because
Yeah,
I'm like,
keep
yes,
keep an eye on the one that's in the chat.
yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So being a newbie furry, this whole species I'm very new to. So the face part I understand. It just seems very bulky. He looks like he's got waders on. Like it just I don't it's maybe it's just the angle. But
Protogens are thick.
oh yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with a thick character, okay? I just it looks bulky and but maybe bulky is the wrong word. I don't maybe detailed. There's too many little details. I can't. I'm not sure how to word this. I don't fully understand the species to like explain what I'm seeing. So
You feel like it's kind of imbalanced in the proportion, maybe.
yeah, maybe I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a trope for protogens, and I am gonna actually quick save this image after we finish reviewing him. I think
Oh, look what you
this,
did.
but yeah, I'm kind of experimenting. So one of the things that I noticed with Baron is that he is kind of lacking in any form of markings or dissertation, and I think the key to really, because I know Zillion talked to me a little bit about these little white markings here.
You made him a bad boy.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
That's in
I love
it's
it.
in my programming. Anyway. But my main thought process with Baron is the fact that everything is the same color.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if you really wanted to draw emphasis to your focal points, it would be good to include darker shades of red, and it'll provide a little bit more. Yes, it's a pain in the butt when it comes to art, but at the same time,
He pops more.
Yeah, I feel like this would help. This would not only help the chest plate pop, but this will also help the white markings on him pop. And the advantage to that is like one of the things that were sticking out to us, which I know that these are aviation marks that you'll often see on planes and everything like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the triangles and everything like that, those are aviation markings. But I think if you really wanted to bring emphasis to the important parts of the design, this kind of ties into like maybe a little extra detail closer to the head, but that's just me. But
Yeah.
I like
I
his
think
ears.
yeah, I think if I were to just copy paste the original and put it next to this, which I know that adding detail like this makes the character harder to draw, but I feel like he pops a lot more.
He's got
The darker red.
Just looking at him physically, he feels more like a character. He feels more like lived in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like he feels like he's in a world.
And I know Zill's got a lot of he's got a lot of ideas for protogens, which I really admire because it's just like, dude, you managed to throw yourself headfirst into this.
Do it.
But yeah, it's not really an issue too much, but this is mostly just kind of my thought process of it'll bring emphasis to the focal points, like especially with the plating just didn't stand out with the base red. So anyway, we have to wrap this up. I'm gonna quick save it real quick as a PNG so that I can send it Zillion's.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it Zillion's way later on because I have a feeling he's probably busy prepping for.
Doesn't he stream tonight?
Yeah, he streams at
I made a heart with sticky tack. Look at that.
Maple, slowly going crazy in the quarantine.
I have sticky tack in my room, so it's keeping my hands busy. And it's keeping me more focused in the call. It's a good thing.
Excellent. I like that. It's like, and now I've made this, and it's like, what is happening over there?
I
It's a
need to
whole new
move.
world over here.
I apologize, everyone, that you had to see the folders for my desktop. I have a few things for my students that I have on my desktop that I've been reviewing for critique, so...
Organize.
I know, I'm a teacher.
How
Isn't
dare
that crazy?
you?
I am outraged that you are educating the youth.
I know, I've broken all the laws.
Post another one. We are late on our busy
I'm
schedule.
working on it.
I am outraged.
How dare. Anyway,
Him.
when this loads up, let me set up the timer.
Ew. Hello.
Bring.
What?
Ready?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm done making voices.
Oh, shoot.
Maple, pay attention.
Yeah,
Timer
I'm paying
start.
attention. Okay, well, I have the other reference pulled up for this one. That's kind of like her pony form, and then there's this one. So it's like there isn't too much design wise that I think is all that flawed. I think the colors are relatively balanced and well used, and I mean, yeah, I don't have much to add. I guess the only thing that I would question is maybe the thing on her hip, but really that's about it. I mean, and looking at the original reference, which is like the pony maker thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 10 out of 10 thing for making in the pony maker, like that's good quality they can make in an OC maker. So, I mean, yeah, it's decent.
So I will say this, that Springheart was made in the Pony creator, so just keep that little idea. It's a very good starting point to get like colors down. So sorry, tangent. Colors. I like this, the soft the purple and the soft yellow. I like it. Mwah. It like speaks to me on so many levels. What do you? I gotta stop looking at what you're
Look
doing.
at the one in the chat,
you
not at the
stop
one that
doing
I'm working
art.
on.
You're not making beautiful art. Thing I don't like. Maybe like not have a tail. I don't know. Like, I know it's supposed to be a pony, like a pony bat pony is the word.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing all my my pony information out the window. I think that's maybe like, and then just like go full bat girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like Monster High Batgirl, do it. Yeah, I think that's all again.
Okay. So as y'all have seen, I was doing some experimenting. So, the main thing that stood out to me when it came to this piece is that if I paste it, you can see that the eyes go to the wings rather than to the face. And the key to designing a character to draw the eye is to draw the eye to the face. So, especially in instances where the eyes are closed like this, I think it would be a better choice of engineering to have the yellow in the mane and then the purple in the wings, or at least not have the yellow in the wings and keep the purple everywhere else and then have the yellow in the eyes. Because the thing is that at least the benefit of having that darker purple in the mane will draw the eye to the face, but at the same time, you have to be aware that, especially depending on different situations, you need to really focus on drawing your eye to the focal point. So if I come in here, the focal point should be here, but my eye is being drawn here and here and here. And that's another thing too, is I made the shirt purple for the same sake of this. So you can have yellow as an accent here, but you can't have it all over, because if you do that, then you're drawing your eye away from the most important focal point, which is the face. And I would recommend... we just got a donation. I think I missed it. Darn it. Thank you for donated.
I refreshed the stream. I'm sorry. Quick,
Well, thank you,
to
whoever donated.
Yes, thank you very
Streamlabs.
much. But anyway, that's my general gist on it, is that the colors are a really nice selection. I think they're very easy on the eyes. And I think
Yeah.
the character is pretty solid. Like the fact that you have the gold for the eyes draws the eye to the face, and it follows the rule of appeal. It's just you need a little bit of tweaking in order to really get it to work. So, do you guys have any final comments?
Nope.
Pony rules. Yeah.
Good job, Spring.
I word great English first language. Haha.
All right, in that case, I'll go ahead. I'll bring up the next character then. Thank you for sending in your character.
Thank you.
Danka.
And we'll go ahead. Who's next on the list? Ooh, we have a fursuit to review.
Ooh. That's different. I think this is the first one.
God, oh, this is gonna be fun.
I'm gonna try and hold the prop. Oh, that's not the full. Yeah, I freaking love these emotes. They fill me with such love.
I find it funny that there's just a guy there, just looks like he's not supposed to be there, and he wants to. Like...
Maybe we should cover his face. Can you, can you doodle out his face?
I would if my tablet pen would be nice. Anyway, I'll go ahead. I'll hit start. Maple, you're first.
Well, it's a fursuit, so trying to critique the character design in the suit form is a little bit more difficult. So, I mean, it's a good suit, I'll say that. Good, yeah, it's a nice, cool color scheme, like the purple in the eyes. I just have to ask the question of why the belt?
That's probably a tail belt. So some fursuits do not have a slot in the back. And so in order to wear the tail, they have to wear a belt.
I'm learning.
Because I don't know anything about fursuits, but I guess I kind of figured you'd want the belt to not be a front and center, especially if your overall character is kind of naked. But I mean, if that's just a construction thing,
whoa.
Yeah, that's just a technical thing. That's just a technical thing. That's not really...
So, I mean, other than that, again, it's a little hard to judge without, like, the character art. So, I mean, it seems okay. Boss-ass eyebrows, I suppose.
Yeah. Spring, you want to talk about fluffy bums?
Okay, so this is hard to do because it's a fursuit and my brain wants to critique the costume and that's not fair. So I'm gonna say that it is very I like the purple eyes. That I really like that. But it's so hard because it's a costume and my brain would it's too fluffy.
Like it needs to be shaved down.
It's okay. So the material that they used is very shaggy. It's a lot. So you look like it's very very fluffy. You're very fluffy, and the eyebrows are hiding your eyes. They're like owl eyes or eyebrows from like the cartoons. And I can't see your eyes. Like I know they're purple, but like they're hiding them. So that would be and this just might be like the costume, like that's how it just came out. But maybe less fluff. But you know, you can never have too much fluff, but you know, whatever. It's just
Yeah.
It's hard to review because it's the first thing. I don't know what the character looks like normally.
Well, exactly, because we're not sure if we're critiquing the character or if we're critiquing like the suit build, right?
Or if like some fursuit creator is gonna come hunt us down and be like, "How dare you?"
I am so I think, and I'm just looking at, so I'm a little bit more familiar with the craft of suits.
Oh, it is a belt for the tail. We have confirmation in the chat.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I kind of guessed that because I have seen that before with other suits. Like, I personally, like with my suit, since I've only got a mini partial, I usually wear jeans with it to make it appear a bit more natural. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I think overall the character itself it's a very simple design, so there isn't a whole lot to improve on that front. I think there's one thing that I'm thinking, and this is just kind of thinking aloud, is that there's the one thing that stands out is the eyes. I feel like the eyes kind of like if you were to go the blue route and then I'm not entirely sure what the color of the fur is. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like a white or like a grayish white. But I feel like having the purple eyes just kind of stand out a little weirdly, and that might just be me. I'm very used to monochromatic character design because I work from a practical aspect rather than I do a
Too many
aspect.
colors.
Don't you get me started.
How dare you have an extra color? It doesn't fit the rule. It doesn't fit the rule. Set it on fire.
I mean, well, here's the thing. It's the rule of thirds. So we have a gray. We have a gray.
We have a rule.
We have a blue.
Break it. It'll come for you.
And then we have like a lighter grayish white. And usually, since the gray is the main color, the gray is counted as a color. Usually when it comes to grays, whites, blacks, etc., you can count those as neutrals and they don't count. But in this
I call
case...
them cheat colors.
Anyway...
Sorry.
I didn't even hear what you said. My brain completely clocked out because I was in the middle of a train of thought and was just like, wait, what?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're just coming for you during your turn. We'll stop.
Anyway, honestly, there isn't a whole lot to the character design, so I'm just going to wrap this up quickly. There isn't a whole lot really to be critiqued. I think that blue eyes would just be an interesting direction to go because it'll maintain the rule of thirds when it comes to design. It won't make the character too cluttered, and since the eye is drawn to the face due to the ears and the eyebrows, then you don't really have to worry about the eyes being a different color. Anyway.
And monochromatic isn't always bad.
I think another thing I would consider is this might just be like the construction of the fursuit, but the ears seem a bit too big.
I guess it depends on what species it's supposed to be.
Well, and I guess that's the thing with the fluff too. Like again, we're trying to critique.
It's hard to tell, right? They just seem. It might also just be the angle of the photo. Like it's hard to.
It's hard to really judge the OC when it's not the best reference, I guess. For like just the base character.
But like cool fursuit, man.
Yeah.
Like
fursuit making is very hard, so you got to give yourself a pat on the back for that.
Yeah, no, like you made an outfit like damn, like
and golden stars. I would never. Listen, I did custom pony shit, and I think I've only finished one of the 3 projects I started. So, granted, one of the projects is waiting for golden paint.
So they said the eyes were designed to be interchangeable.
Oh, that's such a cool feature!
Oh, I love it! And they thanked us for the review.
Yes, thank you for submitting. I know we can come off as really brutal, and we don't intend to be. It's kind of just like, here's the thoughts of an outside person who wasn't involved in the creation of the character and doesn't know the personal significance. Here you go. Take our criticism.
You spent hundreds of hours.
I'm kidding. I don't mean it when I say that I'm intending to be malicious.
Just sassy. I'm sorry.
Anyway, we got to get to it. So, Maple, timer start.
Timer start now?
Yep.
Well, okay. I really haven't had a chance to really look at her yet. Oh, she's okay. Again, I haven't really had much time to really look at her and like see where it's like, I guess, flawed, for lack of a better way of putting it. I'm taking she's based off of the cats in the My Little Pony series. Not exactly sure what they're called.
Yeah.
I believe so.
But yeah, I guess the only can anybody else go first? Because I'm trying to think. I haven't had much time to really evaluate.
Okay.
Do you want to go first, Spring?
Yeah, so I know that Sharp presented this because they wanted this person to have like a critique of their OC. So I'm gonna say the wrong words for this, so I apologize now. The scarf,
The
like that's got
headdress.
the headdress. Thank you, headdress. That's got to stay. So I like that it covers and it's got like the little cat ear popping out. I think something I would work on is so you've got like the start of the outfit. It's like this dark pink, and then this just might be a cultural thing that I'm not. It might like it, but then it goes into something else, and I don't know if that's an underskirt. It might like, and this is a pencil sketch, so I'm not 100% sure. What the under like this underskirt is, but I would like maybe continue the dark purple outfit into something like it could be like that same style. I like character, like the actual character. I like the. I don't have much to say. It's just I feel like
Sharp
I
got a
myself in the hole.
clarification. It's a hijab. Okay.
Thank you. I can't.
I couldn't remember the word. I couldn't. If it makes you feel any better, I couldn't remember the word. Like it's on the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't find the English word.
I know she's Muslim. I'm bad at the word.
Can't
Good
language.
Yes, having
We're having a very special bean day.
My brain is a special bean. And I apologize every time it does that. Yeah, I think the outfit could just be altered a little bit. I think that's the only real thing that my brain can think of. Like I love the colors of the like the actual character herself. Yeah, I just think it's the outfit.
I'm looking at the character, and I think I told myself I wouldn't critique the art because honestly I shouldn't do that, but this is just kind of something that my professor taught me that I think would be a helpful tool for everyone. So if I zoom in here, you see these like grooves and everything like that in the color.
Yeah.
So that is a result of what we call scarring the paper. And scarring the paper is when you press either too hard or you use a 4H pencil, and it does something called scarring the paper where it puts a groove in. So it's not as much of an issue if you're working with something like ink, watercolor, or paint. But if you're working with colored pencils, you have to draw very lightly. Like you can't go super hard. Like it's kind of hard to demonstrate when my canvas is running away from me. But you can kind of see I'm drawing very lightly. Like if I were to reduce the flow a little bit on this, because this is technically an ink pen, but you see it's just very light, and you want to draw very lightly on there, just because it's not something that you always see with the common eye, but especially if you're looking to provide a good character reference with solid colors, that's something you want to avoid. And I hate to say it, but it very much lowers the quality of the artwork, at least when it comes to a commercial perspective.
Well, it's also something good to practice as a beginner, because I struggled with that as a beginner artist. I would press hard, and then when I tried to color in pencil crayon, those lines would show up. So it's something to like just consider, like to try and remind yourself that you need to draw lighter, because then when you make those mistakes, because you're a beginner artist, those lines will not like they'll disappear easier because you drew lighter.
Yeah. Also, I sent in because I didn't get my piece in. I went into SAI and kind of adjusted it to what I think would be best, and I sent it to the ClovenCast pictures and stuff, and I tagged you, Spirit, if you wanted to pull that up. It's at the very bottom.
So what are we doing about? Are you just showing it from?
Yeah, because I went into SAI and I kind of edited it to see where I think it would be better, like how I feel like it would improve. And I would think, if looking at it and how I guess edited it, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, I got rid of the kind of hair there, and I got rid of the gloves, and I decided to put kind of the same-ish
So
kind of vein of
the
design on the shirt
gloves
there.
might be a cultural thing.
They might be. So I could be very wrong with that.
So they might have to come back on.
Yes.
I mean, if you wanted to, what you could do is you could make the gloves,
Like,
if you
put
wanted
them
to make
underneath
them,
or
you can make
something.
them the same color as the hijab, so that
Yeah.
like if you
They all
make,
match.
and it's really hard to color match this, but if you were to make it kind of this color, I think it would just it would blend a little nicer.
Yeah, it would blend nicer for sure. And because this will sound bad, but on the original character, it kind of reminds me of rubber gloves.
Or like pilot gloves.
Yeah.
They're not like,
So,
because I think they're supposed to be like those delicate like lady gloves.
yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So that's kind of the edits because with this one I think it was more of a for me, instead of just looking at it and critiquing it like that, just kind of going in and adjust and like working with my hands to see how I feel like it would be improved. Like the stars, this will sound bad, but it's a little tacky.
There's no I kind of like what you did, the little pattern on the side. It matches the
Like it matches the
hijab.
I can't
Yeah.
remember. I
So,
think because it's based off of a pony sona. I think it's based off of like a hair, like not a hairpin, but like a pin.
yeah.
We do
Okay.
need to we need to
Yeah.
move on because we're
Yes.
on a
Sorry.
time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Thank you, Sharp,
thank you
for submitting.
submitting.
Yep. I hope that was helpful.
Let me go ahead. Need to pull up the next one. Ooh, we're gonna review Bean.
Bean!
I love Bean.
Yay! I was excited about this one when we didn't get to Bean.
Now it's time to deconstruct Bean and see what's wrong with it. I'm
No!
kidding.
No, I keep Bean. Bean is special, precious. Precious Bean.
Bean is perfect. You can't change my mind.
All right,
Fight
pulling up the timer. Maple, ready in 3, 2, 1, go.
Spring goes first.
Okay. I love Bean. Bean is best Bean. I love like the cute. Bean has freaking wings. Look at those. It's like cute. And the bottom of the tail has little butterfly wings. Like look at that. Like and you got little antennae that are butterfly wings. Like why are you so adorable? I don't know, but you're adorable, and I just want to hug you and love you forever. I think the only thing that like I'd be like, I mean, if I had to like put up a microscope and be like, oh, do I have to really critique the cuteness that is Bean? I'd be like, green eyes. I don't know the green. But I like I like this cool quirky character. He's like, it feels. I like it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm kind of. Do you have something?
No, go.
I'm kind of on the same mind with Spring when it comes to the eyes. Is that like I said, if we operate on the rule of thirds, we've got. I'm sorry, I come from a scholastic background. It's ingrained in my brain. But if we operate on the rule of thirds, we have a blue, we have a purple, and then we have a cream. Now we have a shaded variant of the blue. That's fine. That's great. You can add tints, tones, and shades. But I think having the green eyes kind of throws a little bit of confusion into the mix. Anyway. Maple.
No, it's a good old solid character. I assume that this is a closed species because it says the Fade. Am I saying that right? Is it Fade? So, I mean,
Yeah.
she's adorable. I'll give her that. But I guess one thing that people could go about is the mixture of insect and fluffy dragon. Might not mix well, but I mean, I think she's adorable regardless, but I just think that's it's a little strange, but not that bad, you know?
It's weird and quirky, and I love it.
I'm also afraid if I say something wrong,
It's fine.
Spirit will attack.
Critique the Bean. It's okay. I'll still love you.
That was that was just kind of my piece, where it's just kind of, it's a little strange and unorthodox. That doesn't mean it's bad. That it's like, okay, you got fluffy, but then it's also like delicate butterfly wings. Like the practicality of flight isn't really there for me. But I guess that's the thing where it's like you just throw in the excuse magic, and
Oh, I just remembered something. Come on, Photoshop, let me collect. Of course, it's set to the wrong tool. Shut up, Photoshop. Anyway,
You're drunk.
I just noticed this.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
What is
I
it?
think the back of the wings should be this darker mid-tone color instead of the periwinkle color. Because I didn't notice the periwinkle color until now, but the periwinkle color breaks the rule of 3. And I live by the rule of 3. It is my law.
Ah, the rule of 3 police have come. They're coming for your colors.
I am the paladin of rule of 3. Fear me or else you shall meet the end of my smite. Or whatever. Meh.
Okay, spirit.
Put down
Fight
the palette.
Put down the art school.
No.
You're holding a whole art school.
Put it down. Drop it.
No.
There's just like children screaming in the art school and she's holding it.
Rule of 3.
Bean. 10 out of 10.
From War Ground because
Sorry.
Did you set a timer?
Yes, I did. We have 45 seconds.
Oh, that was time well spent.
We should probably move forward because I think we're behind still.
Yeah, we need to keep moving. Thank you for submitting.
Thank
you for
you.
No, no Photoshop. I don't want to turn on symmetry.
But why not?
I can't get the key. I can't get the tooltips to stop popping up. I've been using Photoshop for 7 years.
Are you sure you don't want?
Are you sure you don't want to learn how to use the newest version of Photoshop? Yes, I know how the brush tool works.
Do you though? I think you need to do the tutorial again, just saying.
Yeah.
Like, Spirit, do you really know what you're talking about here?
Timer start. Go.
Okay.
So, possum leopard, I guess. He's kind of an edgy. He seems like an edgy boy, like a TikTok e-boy, and you know, and that's not a bad thing. If you like your TikTok e-boys, that's bad. I'm sorry, but no, he's okay. I guess the only thing I would change is, I mean, I'm kind of iffy when it comes to mixing breeds, I guess, with your fur characters. And
Maple, are you racist?
yes, I'm a flaming, raging racist. But
don't quote that.
No, don't. But like when you make one character and then just add elements from another animal, you know, because he's a very obviously a possum, right? But then it's like he's got a leopard tail, and that kind of throws me off a little bit, because it's like you can find like a happy balance between the mixtures, but when it just kind of seems like, okay, here's the animal, but we're going to slap on another thing from this other animal, kind
like
of thing.
stickers.
Yeah, it's like he has a leopard tail sticker on him. So I would think give it more of a balance, or choose one or the other. Like, I think he would be perfectly fine as just a pure possum. Maybe he has a thing for snow leopards, which I wouldn't judge, but that's just me, I guess.
Okay.
Frank?
I like the tail. It's cool. Okay, I just like a big tail. It's just nice. And the thing that's kind of bugging me about this OC is I have nothing wrong with monochrome eyes. Is that the right word?
Heterochromia.
Heterochromia eyes. Thank you. Like, I can word real good. I have nothing wrong with that. It's just left eye is too dark. So
It's
you
a
can't
blue.
Yeah, but like, just like I can tell, but like just like looking at the character, you need to brighten that color up a little bit. Because I can see like you've done the artist whoever drew this, they did like black for like the iris and stuff, and it just, if you just step back from the photo, that one eye is like pure black. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So it you got some it looks like different eye styles, and it is not good. So I would suggest lightening that eye up so that you can see the color in the eye, the iris.
Yeah.
Hi, can you tell that I've been mauling this character to death with my illustration ideas?
Oh,
Anyway,
hello.
yeah. So my main mentality is incorporating an essence of visual unity. So, visual unity when it comes to character design means that, basically you have to maintain similar elements all throughout the body. So ultimately the character design is not bad. I think it definitely has a few parts where it can be tweaked. For instance, I think if you want the arms to stand out from the rest of the body and make the character a bit more consistent, make them the same color as the face. Another note. I think really, this is an issue of focal point, so there's, on the original design, you only have the face and the tail as light. And that draws the eye away from the face to the tail, which is okay if the tail is a focal point, but at the same time, drawing the eye to the tail makes it very stand out. And the issue of the matter is that the tail does not fit the same essence of visual unity. Now, here's the thing: you can have hybrids, but if you're going to have a hybrid, you have to have a hybrid that has a decent amount of both species. So what you could do if you wanted to is you could make it so that the feet are like, I don't want it to be that color. If you made the feet the same color as the darker gray to make them appear more like leopard paws.
Or like if you brought the pattern into the possum color, like just mix them. Mix it.
Yeah, it feels very isolated, and the isolation is not doing the character much good. And I think, on the topic of the heterochromia, I'm also in agreement with that. Heterochromia was... Shut up, timer. Heterochromia was very much a trend, and I'm going to wrap this up shortly, but heterochromia was a trend that kind of died a while back, and it causes a lot of visual disparity. So if you're going to do heterochromia, they have to be colors of similar hues and similar values. So anyway, I feel like that was really brutal. It wasn't intended to be, but thank you very much for submitting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I need to... Color sampler tool. Clear all. Okay. Don't mind me just dealing with Photoshop's tomfoolery.
You paid for this, a monthly subscription to tomfoolery.
Okay. Here's the thing about going to art school is that you're mandated to use Photoshop.
Yeah, I know. It's shenanigans.
Okay. And we have... this bean.
Oh.
This doesn't have a name.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Maple,
okay.
you ready?
Maple.
Okay, well, I suck with pointing out colors, and as I let Spirit take away with the color scheme, anything like that, because I know there's something wrong, but I can't quite pinpoint it. But I know one thing that's been bugging me a little bit while looking at him is that gray patch over his right eye. If you look, so his left eye, technic, whatever.
His
The
right.
gray splotch on his
Their
face.
right
It looks like it, and this will sound terrible. There's no nice way of saying this for me. It looks like an overgrown eyebrow.
Yes!
I feel like if you want to have hair like covering an eye, like you have to have it. Like that's one thing with furry characters that I feel it can be. If you want hair, I feel like it has to be more human-like. Otherwise, don't give them hair.
Yeah, because he basically got a bald forehead here.
Yeah, but then it's just like a hair covering the one eye. It's like, but where is that coming from, and where does it go anywhere else? So it's like maybe give him like shaggy, like a bit of a shaggy head. Yeah, like Spirit's doing, and yeah, that's what I can pinpoint, and what I know something I can name that can be fixed. But yeah, that's the spring.
Yeah. Okay. So I love red pandas. Red pandas are the best.
Yes.
I actually really like, and I know this is breaking the rule. I like the eye. It pops. It's like my eye's drawing there, but then my eye wanders to this. It looks like my dad's long eyebrows, and it drives me crazy. It, yeah, that is like the main. It can't be there. Okay, it does look like it's coming out of the eyebrow because you've placed a tiny eyebrow beside it, and my brain is instantly like, actually, you know what? I won't talk about that. I will talk about this weird. You've got like this. It's almost like a dragon. Like it reminds me of dragons, how they have that line coming down their neck. That's what it. It's. You have this weird line coming down your neck, and I don't. It's weird to me, and I don't.
I guess that's I think that's supposed to go into kind of like the belly.
Yeah, I need to go look at a red panda.
Yeah,
But I
they've
guess
got like a belly marking.
Yeah, but I don't think it's supposed to be.
I guess it's the thing with for characters that have clothes on too, where it's just like you can't when it comes to their markings.
Oh
on their
yeah, okay, it
necks and
does.
hands.
Thank you, plushie. Thank you for serving me. Today. It, but it's like it's the whole front, not the. You don't see the sides. You don't see the red on the sides of the neck. It's all black at the front of the
Yeah.
panda. So that's bugging me. I don't. Yeah, I'm done.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm having a real hard time with this color palette, and that's saying something because I'm usually pretty good at engineering color palettes. So, here's my general note on it, is that once again we have an instance where, like, if I bring up the original one, we can see that the blue very much so draws the eye away from the face.
I would almost make that t-shirt white or brown or something. Something, I don't know.
Or like, because it's
Not
supposed to be
red.
like a Letterman jacket, but it's an inverse. So if we took this gray, which by the way, if you're ever working with grays, work with a gray that is closest to the hue of the main color coat. So if you're working with a warm coat, go with a warm gray. Which this is a warm gray, but it's technically a magenta gray.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I
And
like
the
the white.
jeans themselves are fine because jeans are generally counted as an accessory.
Yeah.
I do think if you went the route of making them a slightly warmer blue, and I'm bringing it up here. This is definitely not perfect, but
It's an idea.
I believe in you.
come on, Photoshop, this is not the time to be uncooperative.
Don't do it, but do it.
But if you were to make the jeans, well, that's a little too far. If you were to make the jeans, can I reduce my opacity?
Now it's a track suit.
If you were to make the jeans just a slightly warmer blue, and that's the timer.
Mhm.
But honestly, it's not really, there aren't too many standout issues. I think the main parts that would definitely need to be fixed are the hair and making sure that the eye isn't drawn away too much from the face. I know a lot of people, when they dress their Sonas, it's usually in the color, like their preferred color. And that's why my Fursona always wears blue.
Yep.
But
Thing.
I think if you are going to include the blue, it's going to have to be a very faded blue and a warmer blue. But other than that, I think it's definitely a solid character design. It just has some tweaks to be done.
Yeah, like the hair.
Yeah.
Just fix the hair.
Yeah,
Brow.
the hair's the main thing that's kind of bugging us right now, but
It's just
than
in the
that-
wrong position, that's all.
yeah, and tufts of hair, you want to center them between the eyebrows, so.
Okay. Thank you for submitting. All right.
Thank you for submitting.
We are now on to the people who did not donate. So just so people in the stream know, we have officially gone through the people who donated. Thank you so much for donating.
Or at least the people who donated during the original stream during Ramcon.
Yes, we are
And
now
speaking of donating.
Oh yes. So we're raising money so that Spirit can publish her book about dragons. She needs an editor. Editors are expensive. So today's money will be going toward that.
Help Spirit achieve her dreams. Damn it.
Yeah, the second part of this stream will be us critiquing your OCs that you submit today. And yeah, so make sure you post a safe for work link of an OC with your donation.
Yeah, make sure to include it if you are sending in a donation, which we unfortunately today we will only be doing donation-based submissions. I apologize for those who aren't able to make it this time. It's just we don't have infinite time, unfortunately. But something to be aware: if you send us a not safe for work reference, we will not be able to review it. It cannot. Yeah, it cannot be suggestive.
Yeah,
I will not pull up a suggestive one on stream because this does get recorded and go up on YouTube. So that's just something to be aware of.
Oh my god, we have so much to go through.
Okay.
We'll be fast,
that-
don't worry.
With that being said, let us begin. Start thy timer.
Maple, you're up.
Okay. Oh. This character has. It kind of reminds me of Mud. But then with the red there, it's like.
You gotta say something nice.
I know, okay. It's a. I like the gun. I guess. It's a character I feel that needs improvement, and I hate that I can't really pinpoint things today and how to really fix things, but this is kind of the first things that, like, I don't know. The trench coat is nice. Sorry. I mean, yeah.
Okay. All right. So something nice. I like that this character is ginger and the hair kind of like sweeps up in the front.
Yeah.
But and now, so I know I'm not supposed to talk about the art, but it almost looks like, and I'm sorry, it looks like you've taken a pony OC and or character and you've smushed them to make them taller and flatter. And it there's nothing wrong with if you need to I know I'm not supposed to critique the art. I'm sorry. Your nose looks just too flat for that angle. It's just and yeah, just, and because I've done vectors and I can see it, and it's like my brain cannot unsee it, so I have to stop talking because that's all I'll talk about.
Okay, I guess it's my turn then. I think this is very much an issue of color tweaking, and I know I've been talking about color tweaking all night. But anyway, I think if you're really going to include, which I'm assuming this is a Fallout Equestria OC, so I think my main mentality here would be to pick a main color and develop the color palette around it. Now, when it comes to green OCs, green's very difficult to work with, and I'm trying to figure out a shade if he is a Fallout Equestria character. Fallout Equestria is very grim, very gray.
Yes.
So I think going a grayer route would be the best way to go. If I reduce the shade. And then honestly, working with red and green is very difficult when it comes to this process. I think honestly,
without making it look like Christmas.
Yeah, without making it look like Christmas. I think if it were me, I'd probably change the red out for a gray. Like a grayish red.
I'm not a fan of this color palette, by the way. It's not.
Yeah,
And it's like, I know it all ties down to personal preference, but at the same
Uh-huh.
time, it's very...
It's
It's
kind of like
difficult to
spicy
work
food.
with, and I know like the gray can often imply like old person.
I mean, my mom turned gray when she was like 21, so.
Oh, the gray fixes it so much. I'm sorry.
Oh. Ooh.
Well, and here's what I'm
Oh,
thinking. If you want
I'm
to maintain the
intrigued.
red, put the red, and this is experimental, make the red kind of a maroon color, and put it in the
Yes.
eyes.
Yes.
And then I think, if I remember correctly, I was making a hue. I was fixing the leather, and I realized I had the opacity at the wrong color.
You know what would look kind of cool on this character?
If the hat was the same color as the coat.
Or
Go
honestly,
on.
I think maybe like a scar on his face would look kind of cool if he's supposed to be like Fallout based.
Oh, I freaking love. I love this OC. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Slay. I'm sorry that we've changed all the colors in your OC. Mustard, ketchup,
Color
relish was not doing it for me.
No, it looks like okay. This will sound really bad. This is okay. Maple just insulting
It's the
character.
condiments. I can't do it.
That's the
It looks
timer.
like hamburger condiments. I'm sorry.
It does. It's ketchup, mustard, and relish.
I'm so sorry.
We're not okay.
Again, this is just
It's just
Maple
red
being
and
mean.
green's very difficult to engineer. So if you are gonna go with the route of red and green, you have to figure out a palette which will draw the eye to the appropriate features. I think definitely graying down the trench coat and everything like that, especially in the realm of Fallout, will do it well. Because Fallout is very gritty and grimy. So
I want a hamburger now.
I'm sorry.
you should have come to my house for dinner. We had burger.
I can't. That's a lot of traveling that I'm not allowed to do out of Canada.
Aw, poor llama. The next thing you will have to do is we'll have to bring you here to the U.S. so that you can try Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, when they open the borders, maybe.
Cracker Barrel. Isn't that just a cheese?
It is!
Okay, it's a cheese brand, but it's also a really good, like, country-style diner, and y'all are missing out. She says while saying the most Texan thing. Oh, Lord.
I think we have one in Ontario. I don't remember. Anyways.
Percy.
Oh no, this is sideways. Cool.
I'm fixing
wow.
it. Give me a minute.
Upside down OCs. Oh, the new thing.
In this saga of Maple playing with sticky tack, it's all over my fingers and I can't get it off.
It fights back.
I just want to play with my sticky tack, you know?
I'm setting the timer. Maple, it's your turn.
Oh, it's okay. Love me a good pupper. God damn it. I love good boys. And, I mean, I like blue, but I feel like blue can get difficult to work with if it's too saturated, because I find that a blue with too much saturation hurts my eyes. And I feel like this one is one of those cases where it's almost like I don't want to look at it, and that sounds really bad, but it's like I feel like you need to tone it down, make it lighter, make it grayer, ease up on the saturation on it. I think the neon blue stripes are fine. They add a nice accent. But yeah, it's one biggest thing for me would be that the deeper blue is too saturated and it hurts. Spring?
Okay. So I like your little pink paws. Look at those little paws. I bet they're soft. They're super soft.
They're the kind of beans you'd poke.
You poke them and you just make your day. I love the color of them. They fill me with such joy. I think it's just that
sad world.
sad world. I think it's literally just the color. My eyes are just like yes, and the contrast of the blue against that pink, just like I love it. I love it. Okay, the thing that like is making me feel weird, and I don't like it. It's weird. So the neon blue and white, the way it's shaped, my brain keeps thinking of like a bathing suit, and I don't like it.
What kind of bathing suits do you know of?
um, but they're shaped. They're kind of it just.
I think you're thinking of a jockstrap, Spring.
Maybe. It just not it's a weird shape, okay, to have cuz like it's not the full chest area, like cuz you can see like there's fluff coming off the sides.
Mhm.
So it's not the full chest. So it looks like a like a sexy I'm just going to go in the corner and just be very embarrassed. It just
You know,
no.
Spirit? Sorry.
So, as you guys can probably see on screen, I'm kind of fiddling with the colors in a way to
What?
see if I can. I think having the bright pink is fine if we tone down the other colors.
I've
What I think we
abandoned
would
your blue.
what I think would almost be better is it would be if you inverted it. So if the dominating one was the lighter color and then the one surrounding was the darker color. I almost feel like that would be better.
Well, and here's kind of what I'm
Kind of like
thinking.
on the face.
Well, the thing is that I think I can't tell what breed this character is supposed
Can
to
you
be.
make the whole
I
like
think it's a
fluff
husky.
of the chest one color? Because it's driving me nuts. Like, can you humor me?
Which
Humor?
chest floof?
So the chest, can you make it like all white or something? Because it actually doesn't look right. It doesn't.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it looks like some weird like. That's why I said it looks like a bathing suit because it doesn't. There's fluff on the sides, like, or some kind of like tank top that the
Kinda
kids
like
wear
this.
these days. Yeah, like just color the no.
No, like do you
Yeah.
see the like fluff lines on the chest? Yeah.
Yeah.
That?
Yeah, and
Yes.
then like yeah.
Something like that, because it doesn't look. Maybe you're going for a sexy look. Just,
Curvy.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a curvy Percy. She's. Oh, Night Fox, thanks for coming and filling me with adorable emoji love. You're so cute.
I'm just kind of
Yeah.
spitballing here. What do you guys think?
This is more just again, I think it would be almost better if you inverted it on the body. You know, so have like the lighter color be like where the darker color is, and then have the darker color on the paws.
Alright, give
and
me a
the stripy
minute.
thing.
So
I'm
the
not-
darker color would literally be a bathing suit. That's what you're telling me.
I mean,
Well, we're
It's
not
too
gonna be
late,
able
we're
to
done.
do that because we're out of time. But
yeah.
that's
Thank you.
That's the main mentality. Just like if you take down the saturation of the colors. Anyway, thank you for submitting. We gotta move on to the next one.
Thank you.
Broom, broom.
Get in the car.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the happening chopper.
Get to the
No,
chopper.
that's the happening chamber, Spring.
Oh, well, we can have more than one.
Oh no. Oh,
Got a
no.
budget. Oh no?
I think I'm sculpting my finger with sticky tack.
I am creating life.
This is just the saga of Maple and her sticky tack.
Okay, that's gonna be the title of this. That's gonna be the title. Reviewing your OCs, Sticky Tack Edition. Or critiquing your personas. Maple likes sticky tack a little too much. Anyway.
I like sticky tack. Don't say it like that. Then you make it sound like a fetish.
Oh no.
Welcome to the furry fandom. Everything's a fetish here.
Sticky tack.
Anyway,
I'm starting the timer. Maple, you're first.
Well, I think with this character, I would probably make, I don't know, maybe a little too stripy, and this will sound bad, but the hair kind of reminds me of Colgate. Like Colgate toothpaste.
Mm-hmm.
So add that onto Maple insults a character, tally. And then it's freaking adorable. I gotta say that it's an adorable ass character. I love the little eyes and little facial features. It's all cute. Oh, I want to give him a little smush. But yeah, I would say like with the legs and like arms, I would maybe make that a bit more of a gradient, I guess, instead of just stripes. Because then I guess I don't know.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Apollo the wolf dog. I like the colors. I like my eyes are drawn to the face. Really cute. The thing that's bugging me about this, and I think this might just be the artist style, is the knees look like they're going inward, and I don't. I think wolves' knees do that, but it looks weird here in this photo because you've got big, thick. Nothing wrong with a thick thigh, but it just. But there's no knee. I can't see a kneecap.
But I
So
guess that's just the style here.
I think it's the style, but like you could see an elbow, with fluff, but you can't see it. There's no kneecap, and my brain is just something's wrong. So
Yeah.
I think that would just. I know this is like an artist, like it's an artist thing more than like critiquing your OC. But knees, you need them. They help you move. Oh,
Orthodox says, "How can I break kneecaps if I can't see them?"
question. Do we have a
Christy?
Christy?
Did she finally join us?
We have
I'm
summoned
so
you!
sorry.
It's okay. Welcome.
Yeah,
We forgot about tonight.
I was very much a big concern of you. Are you good?
I'm good. I just left my phone upstairs during dinner, and then I started playing Animal Crossing and lost track of time.
You've abandoned us for Animal Crossing. How dare you? Anyway,
You've been assimilated.
Traitor.
would you like
You know,
to critique the character on screen?
We all need 99,000 bells.
Chrissy, character on screen.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, this character, I like the color scheme. There aren't enough light elements though, because to me it's mostly neutral tones, like mid-tones. That's the only thing I'd change, like add some more value and contrast.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Spirit?
As you can see, I'm fiddling around with people's characters' designs because me. But
I'm taking your character and I'm putting them through a shredder.
Yes. Here's what
With
I'm
love.
thinking, and this is just me, but it kind of bothers me with the character how we have dark, medium, light, and then we have dark, light, medium, dark. So I made it consistent. I also put more blue around the belly to draw the eye further to the face and break up the design a little bit. I made the belly lighter so that the belly stands out a bit more. And I also made these little ear tufts. I added the mid-tone to the ear tufts.
It's got a fancy collar, blue collar now.
If you really wanted to get fancy with it, and I know this is a common trope that you'll often see in I'll remember in a moment, I apologize. If you wanted to make the paws a natural color like the paw prints, natural color, and if you made the paws blue color, you have more distribution of blue throughout the body.
Ooh, yeah.
And I do think, and this is just me, but if you were to make... No, not the face. I want to go for the nose. And that way there's more attention drawn to the eyes and the hair. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. The thing is that I don't know what the processing of engineering is when people make the characters. I don't know if they're just going by...
It feels right.
Yeah, like it's mostly just like people operating on instinct rather than engineering. And that's the timer.
Thank you for submitting.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come on, let me delete this layer. I gotta go to...
Next bean.
Yes, we gotta get to the next bean. How many do we have left? Oh, we have a lot left.
Can't believe I was this late.
It's okay. Don't
You're
worry about
an hour
it.
and a half over time.
Well, you know what? I might have to, not now, but eventually I might have to dip. So if you guys do like an extra hour and I have to go,
It's all good.
We're replacing one bean with another, so it's okay.
replace me. You can't replace me.
Oh, you didn't watch the last
Like that,
stream.
I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow,
it's
wow,
I like
wow.
I love a sideways character. Oh, there we go. I see.
I just had
We're
an
ready.
interruption. I apologize.
That's okay.
I kind of hate when my family walks in and tells me you're being too loud. I'm not entertaining if I'm not loud and making jokes. Anyway.
My parents do the same.
My parents understand I'm doing a stream and I've closed the door.
Yep.
Anyway, I'll go ahead. I'll
Alright.
start the timer.
Wait.
Maple, you're up.
Sweet. I like the color scheme. Honestly, I like me the pink, blue, and purple kind of and white color combo. It reminds me of Happy Times and Cotton Candy. And I guess one thing I can't really tell is what species is that. I want to say hyena, but I feel wrong assuming.
Hmm.
And then with the thing about the more artistic pictures being sent in is I like it's a bit harder to judge the design when the art style kind of quote unquote gets in the way, because I'm not sure with the clothes if it's like if they're wearing overalls or not, and like the fluff, I'm not sure if that's part of the outfit or if that's part of the character. And like I'm not sure if that like I'm pretty sure that and heck they're wearing glasses too, so I mean it's a decent character from what I can tell. I mean it's amazing art, not to say that I can't tell things apart is a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit harder to judge, kind of like when we were trying to judge the fursuit, right? Where it's like, are we judging the character or are we just judging the suit, right? So Spring?
Oh, I think it's
Yeah, Christy's
Christy's
next.
turn. Christy's
Oh,
back, so
sorry, Christy.
it's okay.
Okay, so I'm a little mixed on the colors. Like, I mean, I like what they're going for, and it's not like absolutely in your face. However, it does need to be a little condensed because there's some reds, there's some pinks, there's like this teal color, white and purple and light blue. It's a little all over the place for me in terms of like the color palette. Tone that down to like maybe 3 colors or
Finally, someone else to call people out on the color palettes outside of me.
Well,
that's what I'm here for, baby.
The 2 Americans don't like the colors. The 2 Canadians are cool.
We're cool, man.
How
Cool.
dare you throw the United States of America under the bus? We will fight
You're
you.
underneath us.
You're under. We're top bitch.
I can
In my
feel the
culture, this means a
hesitation in Maple's
declaration of
voice when
war.
she said that.
Bring it. We'll do the War of 1812 all over again.
Anyway,
So-
we're critiquing OCs.
Okay.
Okay.
After this, somebody has a very interesting question, so I want to try and talk about that.
Okay.
Continue.
We'll get yes. So thing I like. I like the color palette, but that's always obvious when I say that. So I like. Again, I can't tell if it's part of the character, but I think it is. I like the fluff coming out of the neck. That's a really cool concept.
Yes.
The thing that I don't quite understand because it's only in one spot. The blue spot on the cheek, I don't just seems a little out of place because I don't see it. Like I know it's on the other side as well because I can see a little dot, but
Oh lord, Photoshop is having a stroke today. Photoshop, I don't care about camera raw anyway. Is it my turn?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, if Spring lost power, just keep going.
Okay, I guess Spring... Anyway, I just would like to point out the absolute Chad we got here on screen. Cause I don't know about you guys, and I know I'm not supposed to critique the art, but here we go again. The neck. We got a giraffe here. Look at the neck.
Do you have a thing against long necks?
I had
Are
a
you
deer
attacking me
persona
and my
before you
people?
did.
Are you attacking long-necked people?
Not really. What do you got against Candace?
Candace is the exception. Anyway. Neck.
Continue.
Look at that neck. It's a long neck.
It reminds me of my neck in real life. I don't judge.
Okay, joking aside, I think the one thing that bothers me is the fact that I can't tell the difference between the shading and the muzzle markings. Like, shut up, timer. The purple bothers me because I can't tell the difference between the purple and the shading. That's it. I think if you took the purple off the muzzle or made the purple a different color, you probably could pull it off with the shading. But anyway, yes, moving on.
Perfect.
Thank you for submitting. Yeah. Now let me delete the layer Photoshop. Oh no, Spring dropped.
Oh yeah, she lost power.
Finally dropped. Yeah, and then I'm not sure when we want to answer this question. I think it's a really interesting and a good question that I think would be handy to answer on stream, but I'm not sure if you guys want to wait till after or kind of quickly answer
Go ahead
it now.
and read the question while I pull up the next one.
So, Sylvan the Wolfie asks, when making characters, what details can make them look more visually appealing?
Following by a rule of shape language, so if you're going to have a specific marking, like a stripe, a delta, like a triangle, or like anything round, stick with that element throughout the entire character. So like my professor said, this is a concept called visual unity, and visual unity is when you incorporate something throughout the entirety of the design. So especially when you're designing characters that are either meant to be, like, let's say, for instance, if you're going with a very cute character, you'd want to go with a round shape language. So round shape language usually implies friendliness, youthfulness, blah, blah, blah. It really comes down to the preference of the person. But at the end of the day, I think what the main goal you're going to have in mind here is just to see what works, like find a specific design element and then repeat it throughout the rest of the character.
Yes. I also think aesthetic is a thing too. So it's like if you have like a like if and also character personality too when like incorporating spots and markings and such. If like I would say don't add edgy stripes to a character that's supposed to be bubbly and springy, right? Or like, and same thing vice versa. It's a very basic example, right?
Yeah.
That's my piece.
Christy, do you have anything to add?
About like this character?
No,
no, just the question.
Not really.
Alright.
Alright, in that case, I'll go ahead, I'll start the timer. I know I'm already fiddling around with everything, but we'll go ahead and get started.
Bring us back.
I was about to say, can you not?
Alright, so let me know when you start the timer.
I've already started the timer.
Oh, cool. Okay, so this is... Okay, I'll say I love protogens. I think they have such a cool idea behind them with like the whole face being a screen. I feel like that opens up so much for like expression, and I know I am a sucker for expression in any sort of character work. So that's one very good thing I like about this character, and like the overall design is just the fact that it's a protogen. And then I like the color, the uses of blue. As I mentioned with the previous character, if you saturate the blue too much, it hurts, like it really hurts my eyes, and it makes it really hard for me to look at the character. So I think they like the usage of blue was all right, perfect, and the fact that it's a very it's a, in my opinion, it's a solid like monochromatic kind of character. So I don't really have much to complain or not complain or as I've been doing all night, insult. I haven't had anything to really, like, not really much negative to point out. I think it's a very well balanced character, and yeah, good, like, solid 8 out of 10 for me. Christy?
I'm pretty much on the same boat as Maple with this. This is a solid character design. I like the color schemes, and my favorite thing is just the face itself. Although, against like a dark black, I'd lighten up that, like the white and
Or at
the
least make the facial
eyes and the mouth
experiences
a little more.
Yeah, make that more
Just a
readable.
little more, because I don't know, from my screen it's just not as bright.
Hmm.
And I don't know, whenever I see characters like this, I think of Daft Punk, and I think it needs like a highlight in addition to like, those kind of colors, you know?
Yeah.
Especially since it's so expressive. Like, not to a point where it's going to hurt somebody's eyes if they stare at this character for so long, but just a little bit just to give it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spring, your turn.
So I'm not up fully. Again, I'm a newbie furry. So I don't know like all the rules of this species, but I like the on the hip and the shoulder and the jaw. They've got these like they remind me of almost like power bar. Like I only got so much power left. Like I kind of like that little detail in the character. It's really cute. And also of course, the little emoji faces are just the thing that I'm seeing is a lot of the same color, and this species is supposed to be like robot-y. So I think if you if you did some darker colors in the robot-y parts just to like pop it, like do some darker blues on the hip, and I say that, and then I look at what you're doing on the stream, um just to like make it not like a full blue boy, like make him feel more like alive than just just a palette of one blue, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And yeah, as you can see, so this is kind of a similar instance of when we were talking about Baron earlier, is that if you really want to accentuate your character's colors, you're going to want to break them up with brighter tints or darker shades. I don't know why I had so much trouble remembering the words. But you're going to want to incorporate tints, tones, and shades, which I really need to talk about those properly in the future. But basically, incorporate some darker elements. You have darker elements in here, but they're very inconsistent. So what I did is in order to draw the eye to the metallic elements, I brought the lighter color here in the more plasticky or metallic components. I darkened the head here to bring more emphasis to the ears, because the ears were kind of blending into themselves. And this is actually something I need to fix really quick. So that stands out a little bit more, because otherwise it was blending into the ear. And it's mostly just a matter of rearranging the colors. Okay, that's the timer. Yeah, that's basically my idea. So if you want to screen cap this or anything like that for future ideas, like what we're saying isn't law. You can obviously run with what you're having. This is more just kind of our suggestions, if that makes sense.
You do you.
Before we end this off, though, I have to reference something when it comes to looking at this OC. And the cat's in the crater and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon.
Excellent. Thank you for submitting.
Thank you for submitting.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm gonna go ahead. Who is next on the roster? We have Tucker.
And the background is really hurting my eye. Oof. Chronicle of Maple just kind of playing with things on her desk.
Oh, what's up?
Chapstick.
What kind of
Spring got on
flavor?
my case about playing with the utility knife.
It's like it's one of those EOS ones, so it's like a ball, so I can kind of like play with it and then like screw it on and like screw on the cap and take it off and like I don't know, play catch with it. It's
All
better
right.
than getting you tackle.
We gotta
Tell
get
me
to
about
work.
this OC.
Okay.
OC, go.
All
Timer.
right. Don't like the red. It's and I think the background, it's way too saturated. I know that has nothing to do with the character, but wow, it hurts my eyes, and I think that it's not really complimenting the character at all. With like general reference, but I don't like the red. And with that also being said, the markings on the paws, they like it's too flat. Like there needs to be some sort of definition there. As I didn't say the positive yet. I'm sorry. I like the tail. I like curly tails that are fluffy, and the face is adorable as hell. But yeah, no. And I don't like the red. If you want to keep the red, like tone it down, or yeah, do what Spirit's doing and just like make it match with the rest of the character, right? So yeah, just add some detail, like it just because it just kind of looks like you went in with the straight line tool and hit fill with that, and it doesn't go with the curves of the character at all. So I think that's one thing design wise that I think should be repaired. Christy?
Shit, she took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry.
I honestly have nothing to say other than I agree with Maple, because I was looking at this like, oh no. Oh god, that red. Like I was actually, and please don't take this as offense, I was actually kind of getting a little nauseous from it. I'm so sorry.
It's an
I'm
issue
trying to
of,
say something nice, but I just...
Let me know when it's my turn.
Your turn.
Yeah, it's your
Okay. So, the thing that is bugging me about this character is, so at the front, it looks like a suit, like the dark gray. It looks like a suit, but then it cups in the back. It's the weird. Spirit? Can you please show everyone? Stop. Can you just visually show everyone instead of your like nice doodle what you're doing right now? They need to see this. Look at that. It's a cup. They're holding it. No, that looks visually weird. Okay, I know there's a tail there, but why do you have a backwards like suit cup thing? Okay, you need to that needs to be fixed. It just...
This will sound terrible, and we're gonna add this to the counter of Maple just straight up insulting a character, but it looks like he had an accident.
It doesn't look right. It looks like a weird, like at and like the lines at the front need to follow the crotch line. If you're gonna do that, it has to follow the crotch line. You can't go beyond the crotch line. I'm sorry, okay? If you're gonna do, you can't go down the leg, okay? Crotch line, okay? Yeah, throw the table.
People.
We are terrible.
We're terrible.
No, it just I don't know why you first want to like emphasize the crotch area in weird ways, and it just my brain just...
No, you're very right though. Like, and I think Spirit did a good job fixing that.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think if you're
I'm
gonna
done my rant.
keep that, you're gonna wanna...
Oh, nice thing. My eyes drop to the face, and I like your little tuft of purple hair. Okay, go.
Oh shit, he has purple hair?
Yeah, it's a little tuft of purple hair.
It blends into the background, so I wouldn't blame
Oh,
you if
okay.
you
Yeah,
missed it.
yeah, okay.
Spirit.
Yeah, I'm kind of of the same mind. If you want to keep keep the pink or keep the red, not both, because the pink blends into the red, you can barely see it from far away, and the important thing when it comes to designing a color palette, and honestly, I'm looking at this on the other screen, and this red is too bright.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to go with something a little less saturated.
And I'll say this too, because like saturation isn't always bad. It's good to like you can accent with like a good like with a saturated or neon color, but when it's a dominating when it's like the big bappers, as somebody said, in
You
the
gotta
chat,
follow the lines.
it's neon and super saturated colors. I feel like are typically best as just accent.
So the thing, so the feet, it looks like you've rolled down your socks. Okay, that's what it looks like. It's not the full foot. It's it's just You gotta have the full foot, hun.
All right, so I'm just gonna really quick while we wrap
Sorry.
up. Yeah, I think adding a little bit more visual unity to the design and making the colors a little less saturated will be the way you're gonna want to go. Might want to add more markings to the back as we did. Oh, that completely screwed it up. I'm sorry, I was working on the wrong layer. Anyway.
Oh no!
Oh no, indeed. But yeah, I think
no.
just a little bit more balance. Personally, I think the purple tuft of hair is a little out of place. If you want to make it red, you can make it red. If you want to make it gray, you can make it gray. Let's try it with red real quick. Yeah, I think the gray worked a little bit better. So those are our general ideas. Thank you for submitting. I'm gonna go ahead and move on.
Thank you. Next.
And just a reminder for everyone, these will be going up. This will be going up on YouTube after the fact. I don't know if it'll be going up tomorrow or if I can maybe shoot for tomorrow. It depends.
You had closing ceremonies tomorrow, did you not?
Yeah, I've got closing ceremonies scheduled to go up for tomorrow. The air conditioning turned on and I felt it on my shoulder and it was the creepiest thing ever because it felt like a ghost.
Stop.
And I'm feeling like a ghost.
Let them have more than 3 colors.
And before we begin this, I just want to say I'll see you next time on Diners, Drives, and Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives. This is Guy Fieri's persona.
Alright, we're going to Flavor Town.
Yes, we're going to
Hell
Flavor Town.
yeah!
Start the
Don't bring
5-minute
me-
timer.
All right,
Go to
timer
your-
begin.
Okay, so this is one of these things where I think they're going for raccoon here, and I don't think I'm a fan of this is one thing. This will sound bad. I guess I'm just a terrible person in the cast tonight. The art needs improvement because I feel like I can't. It's a bit hard to judge the character design itself without judging the artwork. I don't think there's much I can say about it at the moment. I think I would just change the hair to be like more of a darker gray or something, and maybe change the pant color. But that's it I can really say about this one. Maybe change like the ear tufts to be white. But yeah, no, Christy.
I got ideas. Okay, so first off, if you're going for the Guy Fieri look, go all out with it. Make the shirt black instead of gray, and make the buttons maybe either yellow or that white gray. Like invert those colors. Tuft of hair is a little confusing based on the art. It looks like something out of Dragon Ball Z or game inserted anime. Let's see. And yeah, I'd probably tone those pants down so they're not as saturated.
Yeah.
Maybe. Other than that, I think it's good. I just feel that the black will give it a little bit more of a color contrast and whatnot against like those mid-tone lighter grays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Right?
right. So when I look at this OC, my brain instantly goes to the Sonic comics. Like I feel like this character could be in the Sonic universe. And my eyes
or Archie.
Archie?
Sorry, I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I've read. Okay, I'm just gonna say this real quick. Someone posted a picture of the Sonic comics, and I had to like binge read this whole one arc, and it's how dare you? So it's like, really good art. It filled me with feels. These people I don't even know. Anyways, so my eyes are drawn to the brown eyes, so I really like that. And you know, if it's a Sonic OC, you know, you got weird hair. They all have really weird hair. It's like, what is happening? So,
enough. You put it that way, yeah, fair enough.
so I'm not that bothered that it's like a different color and it's a weird, like, meh shape. Thing that fix, I think, like the shirt, you want to simplify it a bit so that it'll be easier for you to draw, like, repeatedly. Because like there's a lot of details going on right now on that shirt. I think that would be really the only, yeah.
Hi, I'm drawing over other people's OCs because it's totally polite of me to do so.
Well,
Hang on.
visual learning is good too.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It actually
the thing
is.
is that if I show people what I'm trying to do, it helps me. It not only helps me like think out the process. I don't know how to really fix the. I think it would mostly just be a matter of changing the hue and saturation on the shirt as well. I cut out the red of the fire on the shirt just for the sake of ease. So since the hair is brown and it's the only location of brown on the body, it will draw the eye to the face automatically.
Mm-hmm.
I do think going the route of making the shirt black will be very helpful, but that's all I got.
All right.
I guess we'll move on then.
Thank you for submitting your OC.
Thank you for
very
submitting.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, and I gotta pick up the pace. We got like 11 people left.
Yeah, we gotta go.
We might have to.
Lightning round.
Yeah, it's 8:55 now. Let's get at least 3 or 4 more in, and then we might take a short break.
And then I'll go grab my Switch and play Animal Crossing.
No, not allowed.
No Animal Crossing on stream.
No, you
Aw.
can't. If I've
No.
learned anything, you can't play in short intervals. You have to set time aside and just
Okay.
open to it.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
setting a timer
Okay.
in 3, 2, go.
Okay, first thing that sprang to mind is like Spyro, the hero one. It was the second one that came out on the PS2 because I remember there was like a banjo playing frog guy, and this guy kind of reminds me of him. And that's not a bad thing. I think the tattoo is a bit strange because I think go for full swamp aesthetic, and by that this will sound weird, but like take out some of the edgy, but like I if that tattoo has like value to it, cool. Don't touch it then. But yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like we need more swamp vibe, But I'm not. Again, I kind of suck tonight, so we're just going with that. Christy.
Oh, Inkling's going to
I
bed.
like
Good
the
night.
banjo.
night.
Good night.
Banjo was my favorite part, and it's the first thing that I saw.
I appreciate
I
the
agree with
personality
going
of it.
for like the swamp New Orleans style that Maple is going for. I don't know. This guy screams New Orleans. New Orleans. I don't know how to pronounce the actual
New
name.
Orleans or New Orleans, depending.
Honestly, I really like the concept and design. I don't know how I feel about the character being red, but maybe if I were to put this character in a more environmental background, maybe it would fit it better. That's all I got.
So, I like this. So this character feels like they're in a world, like they're based in a world somewhere. Like clearly, I assume this is a D&D
He's
character
from Spyro.
based on Spyro, of course. Our own lore we just added in. The thing that's bugging me is like there just seems to be, and I know it's because of the D&D character, and you do this, but like there seems to just be so much detailing everywhere. And I just like I'm looking at the banjo, I'm looking at the sword, I'm looking at the tail pouch. Like that's a cool feature. Like I didn't think you would a tail pouch. What a crazy cool idea. Like so like I just don't know where to focus, and like then his clothes are really like bland and not as interesting, and I'm like
I think it's a clash in like kind of aesthetic, I guess we'll say, for lack of a better way of putting it, or clash of theme, where it's like he looks like he's from a swamp, but he also looks like he's.
I think he's supposed to be like a
good.
bard. Like that's what I feel like.
Like
I
he
think
looks
he's
like
a kobold bard.
Oh, It says Bard.
It's a hobo bard. I
Yeah.
like him.
So that's my issue.
Basically, he makes me think of the frog guy from Spyro, but if this frog guy from Spyro was gonna fucking assassinate me. That's what I feel. Anyway, sorry, I hijacked.
Spirit, go.
Okay. So the only thing that's bothering me, and honestly it's a very minor detail, is the fact that the colors are very desaturated, and I know this is a scan of a traditional piece of art, so there's a very easy way to fix that. So here on the left, and it's not perfect, it's a quick fix, but it'll do you wonders, is if you go into Photoshop or a similar photo manipulation program that has a brightness/contrast slider, turn the brightness down and reduce, increase the contrast. And if you want to, you can also, if you go to image adjustments, I think hue/saturation, let's see what happens if we increase the saturation. Oh, what do you know? I'm on the wrong layer.
That was unhelpful.
Hang on. Image adjustments, hue/saturation. If you increase the saturation or decrease that accordingly, and kind of play around with it. Obviously, I'm not getting anywhere with it. Another thing that you can do is, if you take the color and you create a clipping mask over it, something that'll help the character stand out is if you practice with silhouetting. So this silhouette is a little bit difficult to read. So I think if you were to change the posing and the way that the cloak rests, it would make the character a little bit more recognizable. But another thing that I think would be good is that if you're doing traditional scans, to bring it into Photoshop or something else with a wand tool and select and remove the background. So as you can see right here, I have a PNG of the character. It's not a perfect crop because I'm working on a limited canvas, but if you put a colored background behind it, it will by default make it feel a lot more vibrant.
Okay.
But anyway, that's all the time we have for this one. Thank you so much for submitting.
Thank you.
Maybe, thank you.
When he posted the frog picture. Yes.
I did. Does anybody else see it?
I don't see it, but I haven't gotten that far in Spyro yet.
Well, because this one is from A Hero's Tale. There we go. That's what it is. So it's one of the PS2 games. But Spring,
Okay.
do you see it? Do you see the similarities?
I see the similarities, but we got to move forward.
Yes. Sorry, I'm going crazy here.
All right, we'll do 3 more and then we'll take a break. Okay, timer start now.
I can't see it.
Wait for it.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Say something you like first.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry. I always go to the critiquing. I like the red. I like the weird kind of like, I say weird, but I say it in a good way. I like the like circle blush. I don't know. I find that pleasing to myself. But she's very, she's pretty. Okay, very pretty. Anyway, time's a wasting. I would say, like, tone it back with the bright blue. Maybe make it more of a pastel than a neon. But yeah, I guess that's all I can really say that could be improved upon with this character. I think she's fine regardless. Her face kind of reminds me of just fruits. Like, just her face reminds me of an apple, like different kinds of apples, because of her eyes being like a green and the pink blush. I really enjoy that. Her facial, like her eyes and the blush combination. I think it works well. Christy.
Yeah, I gotta sneeze. Okay.
Never
mind, it went away. Okay. First thing, my main impression when I look at this character is that I get like this robotic porcelain doll aesthetic to it.
Yes.
And if I don't know if that was what they were going for, but if they were to elaborate on that idea that I have placed, I would make the blue a little more pastel in order to reflect that. But that's just my impression of this character. That may not be the intention of the artist who made it, you know?
Yeah.
Spring?
So I actually like the neon blue. It's sometimes neon blue works. This character reminds me, like, my brain instantly went to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
But a real, like, not a robot. Like, it's got that aesthetic to it. Like,
Mhm.
because of the cheeks and like the eyes almost feel like they're glowing. And like the bow tie and like the little like somewhat sexy outfit of like kind of reminds me of like yeah, the chat knows what I'm talking about. The thing that
no.
the thing that kind of bugs me, and I need to see the character in a different pose to like fully grasp my head around it, is so I'm fine with like the corset, um uh, the front part, the top part of
Mhm.
this blue, but it continues down the legs in the middle. I don't know how well that would look, and then you have these weird, like, not weird, but like uh these different colored circles on the side, and then like it almost looks like a strap on this going around like a thong strap going, going around the sides of her hips, and I th- I would just have it all blue, like full corset, baby, do it, um and just make her slay, slay, yeah, done. Spirit, go.
Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I screwed up the layer. Hang on. Where's that pink?
Spirit,
There's
what
the
the hell?
Okay,
Wait a minute.
I got it all in one layer. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I think it's another instance of the colors needing adjustment. So I went ahead, I made this color, this bow tie color, just the same color of it's a darker hue of the lighter blue. And my thinking process is that if we're gonna have the blush on the face, we should have it to where the eyes match. What do you guys think?
Do we? Because if they're going, so I'm gonna say this: if we're going with, if this character is like the Five Night Guys at Freddy's, like thing, the red is like evil, um
I mean,
sort of
Bonnie
thing.
had Bonnie had pink eyes.
Did I
Yeah.
don't remember. It's been a while since I've watched someone play the scary game I can't play.
I was about to say it's like Five Guys at Freddy. What?
Five
I
guys.
get
Oh,
word.
timer.
Oh shoot.
Okay, 30 seconds. Wrap it up.
Yes, but
Cool.
I still like the green.
Okay, it's really up to personal preference. That's mostly my thinking. Anyway, we need to move on. Thank you for submitting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See,
Oh.
that was Maple.
What? Yes.
Oh
I
boy,
get
what?
hee vibes when I heard that.
Oh, it was from an art trade,
Hee
I guess.
hee.
Oh, the cheeks are supposed to be cherries. Fun fact.
We've been learned.
Oh boy.
Oh, hello,
Mm,
Maple.
Pictures. Yes, I'm pulling it up on my screen. There we go. Again with the
Remember.
neon colors.
Nice.
Start with something nice.
Yes. Sorry. God damn it.
And I know it's tempting.
I'll say this. I like the style going on with the hair. I like it's super cartoony and I think it flows really well. But I find that this is a trend with most of the characters we're critiquing today, and it's just the colors. So I hate that we keep pointing it out, but I mean, too much neon going on here. I find that the blue in the tongue and the nose need to be not the same color as the fur. Yeah, and I would honestly change that gray to maybe a white, maybe a lighter gray, or maybe like a lighter blue, just because I feel like gray kind of throws off, like the darker gray in the frontal area kind of just throws off the whole kind of vibe going on here, especially like with the neon colors, and you slap on the gray and it's like I'm not sure what I'm supposed to feel from this character, you know? So I guess that's my piece with this one. So, Christy?
Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about the colors in general. Yeah, it's been a theme. It feels bold that it went this route to begin with. However, there are things that need to be tweaked. Like, there are too many neon bright colors going on for my taste personally. I think
Yeah.
the palette just needs work. However, I'm not really sure how to fix it. Well, maybe not fix it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. My turn?
Yes, it is
Yes.
your turn.
All right. So, thing I like about it, because we start with something nice. I like that you have this cool, edgy bang in your hair. Like, yes, I'm cool punk teen. Fear me, I'm cool. The thing that bugs me, why do thou art have a penguin flap out of your tail? What is that? What? Are you a hybrid? I need questions answered. I don't understand it. What is it? Why? You don't have black anywhere else on your body except your like eyebrow. But like, what? What is it? What? Is it a goat? Is it a shadow hand? Do you have shadow powers? What is it? It's driving no. You need to that needs to be a color that matches every other neon. Like it can't be there. Get it out.
Disclaimer, we are mean people.
Not
God, I am
mean.
so mean with this.
Yeah, really, we're a bunch of assholes.
I mean, I'll put my OC on this one day if you want. Rip me
Scared to put
apart.
my OC on
Critique
here.
each other's OCs one day.
No,
Just to
I'm
even
scared of
out
that. I'm so
everything.
scared of that.
Give me pointers. Jeez. Yeah. No, that's my thoughts. Spirit, go.
I'm trying to figure out a way to fix the color palette to make it not super bright, and okay.
Neon colors shall be banished.
Here's a little trick that you can do to check the value of a character's colors. So if you take a black, like an entirely black layer, hit color, like the color as the blending mode here, and you will see the true value. And I'm trying to figure out how to do it, so let me see. And I'm kind of curious. I didn't want to duplicate that layer, I wanted to duplicate the other one. Let me duplicate the one that I want. Duplicate layer.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Man.
I feel like with this character, you would just kind of need to start from scratch, I guess, with the color palette and just kind of figuring out. Because I think it might also be the markings just kind
It's
of throwing
very
everything off.
busy.
Yeah, the markings
Yeah.
are also kind of invasive and they float. They don't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, and stripes on anything outside of a tiger or something with a very tribalistic element, which if that's what you're going for, that's fine. But the stripes, like, yeah, they break up the design, but
Like,
at the same
maybe
time...
what I would do. Sorry.
Go ahead.
But maybe something I would do is like get rid of the gray stripes on like his arms, like on his forearms, and just like give him like white hands. I'd maybe do that.
Like
Well, I'm
Mickey
trying to think.
Mouse?
It's this vibrant pink that's really... It's the vibrant blue and the vibrant pink.
It's the gray face thing. It's no, it doesn't. Oh.
Well, the thing is that, so the face... Okay, here's what's kind of emphasizing it is the fact that you have a complete total neutral next to it.
Penguin flap.
So here's the thing. If I were to take a lighter blue, it doesn't appear as bright if you put a lighter blue in place of the gray. Because this is actually a visual phenomena, and I can't remember what it was called for the life of me, but my professor talked about it, and it's something called simultaneous contrast, in which your eye will see something as visually more luminous if it's next to a higher contrast. And I think
Oh my gosh.
Sort of brain games on that. Sorry.
Yes, there's a lot of thinking to be done with this. And
You
I
know
think...
what? You did that, and it actually, I've accepted that. That looks like that now. You know, I like it that better.
Yes, I like kind of like that brighter blue on the stomach, because like with the gray, I had a conflict of like what to judge of this character.
And I think if
with
you really
the
wanted to avoid simultaneous contrast in the hair. Make it pink.
Just take out the penguin flap. Don't do something with it. It's so. It's its own color. Change it, please. It's just to like a dark. Please change it to a dark blue or something. It just
Here, give me a minute.
before the timer comes out.
It hasn't gone out already?
I don't know.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, I guess the
First
timer
timer.
did go off.
Did it?
Yeah, I think we ended up kind of like sitting on this because we needed to fix it. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
That's our mentality, but we
triggered.
need to move on.
Okay,
Thank
next.
We're mean, guys.
Sorry. Sorry. Just want
Copy
to help.
image.
Nice.
Oh, spring
We
is your
actually
favorite.
are. We're just very adamant about the craft that is.
Or the docs is saying we're mean with a winky face.
All right. Timer start in 3, 2, 1. Maple, you're up.
Too much going on with this character. Crap. Positive.
Yeah.
I like the blue. I like the darker blue here with this one. I think that's a good element to this one. And holy crap, is he buff? Just saying. But going to the more critiquey side of it, his face, I'm not sure. I think there's supposed to be horns on his face and just kind of like dragon elements going on. And I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it's. I mean, yeah, I'm not. I think I don't think I like it because it's like he's got the little spines going up his nose and then like the little
His
horns
face is
there.
very unreadable. It's hard to see it.
Yeah, and yeah, and then tone down on the markings too. I would also say so. I get that. That's my piece with that design wise, Christy.
All right, so I kind of like the edginess like factor with like the color palette going on. It's very dark and mysterious. However, there is some work that does need to be done in order to make sure that it's not overbearingly dark. It needs some lighter elements or even just a slightly lighter tone like what Spirit is doing in order to make sure that we can see his facial lines, because sometimes what we do with like characters with dark faces that we give them some white lines so we know that, hey, this person has a face and not a dark void.
A line of clarity, right?
I didn't know that was the technical term, so thank you for letting me know. Frank?
Okay, so I like that. Phoebus is a buff dragon boy. Buff tiger.
Dragon?
He looks like a dragon. Like if the features on the face look dragonish. It might be tiger dragon hybrid. Anyways, buff boy. He's a buff boy. I like buff boy. Looks like he lifts, brah. Okay, the thing that is bugging me the most, people. Sorry. Okay, if you're gonna have the light color on your chest, nothing wrong with this. It's gotta follow the crotch line. You have butterfly wings coming off the side. You gotta fix that, okay? I love this character, but this one it doesn't look right. It visually doesn't look right. And I also would yes, thank you. Now look how buff and cool he is now. What Spirit's doing? Dang, like, love it. Also, I would suggest maybe like bringing up the white into the face a little bit to like make it pop a bit more.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be mean about the crotch, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but people like don't seem to understand that it's supposed to follow the crotch line, and I'm just how
I think that's really a matter of
boys, itty bitty boys.
Like, I mean, you do you, but like also it visually doesn't look right if you don't have like some kind of like pattern coming off of it, and you just have like a weird, like if you have your crotch and then like butterfly wings. It's like, anyways, I'm done. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same mentality, so I made some adjustments and I'm trying to fiddle with it. This is the problem, is that when you have short amount of time, you can't really be super fiddly with it. Otherwise, few things. One, when it comes to having a white marking on the chest, don't have stripes or pointy parts invade it because that counts as a floating bits. You want to use the white as an anchor point. And it's okay like up here because this is wrapping around the neck rather than just yeah. But yeah, definitely I would recommend, and this is another thing too. Anatomy 101 here. Is that pay attention, use the belly button as an anchor point. And if you're gonna have abs, and this is really rough, but if we're just... That's about how the chest is gonna work out. Like if we're... And that's really, really rough, but you kind of get the idea.
Oh, he's a biff boy.
But on another note, I added a little bit of lighter... Timer. I added a little bit of light to the face. I adjusted the color palette just a bit so the expression's a bit more readable. And really quickly, don't add these contour lines. They don't make any sense. So, and over contouring can be very confusing to the people looking at the art. Only add contour lines to define a very specific part of the character. And you might be asking what a contour line is. Well, it's essentially the line art portion here. So
I'm
these
an
are
art student,
lines.
so I know what that is. Sorry.
But yes, we need to move on. Thank you so much for submitting your character.
Thank you. Also,
Thank you.
Bye Portal. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you very much. We're probably... How many more do we have left?
Maple.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh,
7. We have 7 more to go through.
That's 35 minutes.
Did we want to take a quick little break, like a 5-minute break?
Yeah, let's
Yes,
take
because
5 for water and everything like that.
Okay, so everyone,
of sticky tack residue.
when we come back, this is the OC where we're going to do. So everyone take a micro break, get some water, have a stretch, go to the bathroom, and we'll be right back. Okay. We are still streaming.
Orthodox, don't apologize for being chatty, okay?
How dare you delight us with your content of words?
Your conversation.
Content of words works better.
Yeah, content of words. I'm starting a new language where we say things differently.
Good job.
Henceforth, I English real good. Thank you, brain. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, are we ready to continue?
Hello and welcome back to ClovenCast, the cast that doesn't have an intro or a segue into the middle of its thing. Let's do this.
All right, I got the timer. Maple, you're up.
Okay. I freaking love the aesthetic of this character. I'm just gonna say that. It's like, ooh, I'm just, chef's kiss for the aesthetic. Going into the critique though, I think one thing that's a little conflicting to me, and I think it's a really good idea, and I love what's going on here with kind of like the box of different emotions, but I guess what I would do is I just kind of not have the box there, and I would kind of base it, I don't remember what
like floating
deity
masks.
yeah, like floating masks would match perfectly, and like maybe like have it as like baseless behind the masks. Oh my god, yes. Or have it based off of that, or kind of do more of, I think it's a god that does this, where it's like he swaps his face, or it could just be just a mythical creature. I can't name it, but I'm pretty sure you guys know.
It's Amon from Christian mythology, or
because
he's got multiple heads that switch between. Yeah,
where like he like twists his head, and kind of like or kind of like the the mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas too, and just kind of like have it. And I know this would be incredibly complicated to do on a character. That's why I love Spirit's idea for just having the floating masks instead of having the box. But yeah, yeah. That's my piece. I would say ditch the box because again, I imagine it would rotate, and I don't. Yeah, I don't think it would look very. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Christy.
I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of like the box. It has a form of symbiosis to it with the character as it's become part of them. No? Kind of like the idea of the head turning and maybe, it has like eyes in the back of its head and the color palette. Well, I didn't really need to comment on it, but I need more positives. I really like the heavenly look.
Yeah, I'm digging the aesthetic too.
Honestly, I don't really have anything bad to say about this character. I even like the head. Like, even if it's a box, so I would imagine that there would be something like connecting to the neck.
Oh no,
From the bottom,
spring.
So,
Oh,
I also like the box. My brain goes to anime. And so when the box spins, I envision this box doing that weird like fast spin that anime does when things move really fast. And then it stops instantly on a next emotion. Like it does a cool spin, stops. Spin, stop. That's what I envision how like you don't see like a slow turn. Like there's none of that. It's just a cool anime. I think this character would fit in a cool anime manga. Like
Mhm.
and I think that's also like the coloring also fit like that's also fitting to like what I'm thinking in my head. I think the only thing like if I had to like really nigger it, the cat feet. I don't know. I think that's probably like just the markings are really just like I don't quite.
They don't match the hands.
Like they've like the so on the arms they've got like warmer colors and it fades to yellow and I don't really see that. It's probably just because of like I don't have it zoomed up. Let me zoom this up. I don't see it as much on the feet. And this is just like super knit grit. Like I like this character, so that's it.
I think honestly, I don't see a whole lot of issue. I do think they've got the gold bracelets and rings on their hands and fingers. I feel like incorporating that element a little bit more into the rest of the design, like especially on the hips or on the tail, like just to add a little bit more, if that makes sense, so that it's more like evenly spread out. But I honestly can't think of anything else, so I think we're done.
All right.
Thank you for submitting.
Thank you.
Can we make it past the timer?
Okay, here's the thing. Whenever we're ahead of time, we're always under a minute left, so
Yeah,
we usually get around to the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, so we're
okay. Next.
Okay, let me pull it up. We have, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 more, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, just go. Don't count, just go.
I'm not trying.
Sorry.
Okay. Magic.
Spring.
Timer. Now.
We're gonna go spring. Okay, so we got this German Shepherd looking character. I'm not sure when. There she is. He, they. Yeah, she, they, whatever. Anyway.
Ooh.
I love German Shepherds. Oh my god. And it's such an interesting mix. And I think this is one of the cases where I love it when, like, where I feel like the mixing of like species works well. Like it's not just slapping on different body parts from different species and saying it's a this and this hybrid. So I really think the German Shepherd and hyena really mix well, and the caribou isn't as obvious. I just aside from the little horns, but honestly, I think the little horns are adorable as all hell. And I would say her color palette is a little muted, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Yeah, she's adorable, and there isn't much I would change about her, I don't think. Christy?
I'm in the same camp. There's really not a lot that I would change either. I'm not. The only thing that I'm not exactly completely sure about, even though I like it, is the purple tongue. I mean, it goes with the character, it matches their palette, it doesn't clash too much, but
I feel like a
I
pink
don't
would
know,
work
for some
better.
reason I want it to be pink.
Like, this is kind of an instance, since it's got a naturalistic palette, it would work well having a naturalistic, like, internal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spring.
So I love this character. It's cute. It's got soft colors. I love me a soft color character. I love the dots on the back. Like, look at those cute little dots. It's so cute. The thing that's like I'm not sold on, and this is like a very light critique, is the horns. Like they're just tiny, and they're not like they're just there. They're like it's not. They just everything else is like it feels like it's like oh I blended the purple and it goes through the tail and it seems like very like thought out, and then it's like and horns. So I think that's the
And the crotch connects.
yeah, look at that. Look,
I would say I would say get rid of it on the one on the front, on the like the more forward leg, because I think it'd be more of an internal thing. Because you follow the crotch line, but then like I know how animals like they have the little spot there.
Anyways, it's my turn. So
Sorry.
horns. I don't really care. Like yeah, I'm not a big fan of the horns. I know it's supposed to be a caribou, and that's why it's there, but it just doesn't like I was sold on like yeah.
I guess it's my turn. Well
Yes.
then, here's where I'm gonna probably ruffle a few feathers. So, I'm not too keen on the concept of a species salad, and I know this is rich coming from me since Zillion is one of my friends, and I love the guy, but his persona kind of has the same thing where you wouldn't be able to tell that this, like, at least in instances with Zillion's persona, because his is a coyote skunk hybrid. You see the coyote in the face, the skunk in the tail, and then the caribou in the horns. But with this, I don't get the element, like, aside from the little bits of mane and spots, I don't get much essence of a hyena. So it's very clear that she's a German Shepherd hybrid purely on the color palette and the markings. So I think if you were to shorten the muzzle and make it either more hyena-like or more deer-like, or like more caribou-like. Also, I think if you went with the route, if you wanted to incorporate more caribou parts, either make the lower feet horns, not horns, make the lower paws hooves, or make the upper paws hooves, however you want to do it. Make one of the two hooves. I kind of like going the satyr route almost, and then maybe change the ears a bit. I think in instances where you're going to incorporate three elements, you have to have kind of a 30%, 30%, 30% ratio. You can't have a 40%, 40%, like, you can't have 80% be one thing and then only like 10% be another thing. Like, the little horns do not scream that they have caribou, like it's explicitly caribou, and caribou have very big horns, so yeah.
Well, and I think this person, the artist is here in the chat, and she said the antlers do seem random. I tried to go for deer motif with the antlers and spots, but apparently she's not sure if she wants to keep the caribou anyway. So, I mean,
if you're not feeling sure on the caribou, then you can just take it out and go with the German Shepherd, and then just add a little bit more hyena elements, and then you're Gucci.
Sweet.
Yep.
But we do need to move on, so thank you very much for submitting your character.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead. What's the next one? Renegade. We gotta be better about not talking on each other's turns, because we're starting to get to the point of more like casual conversation rather than...
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
I mean, I'm doing it too. I think all of us are doing it. It's just kind of getting to the point where it's like, we're not gonna get as many points down if
Yeah,
we
we
keep doing
gotta
it.
we have a time.
All right.
Yes.
Timer start. Maple.
Oh,
you're up.
hell, yes. Sorry, I was gone for a second in my brain. Anyway,
Welcome back.
okay.
Zoom in.
I like the kind of feline aesthetic going on here. I like me a good kitty, but I do think that there's a little bit too much going on, and especially the green is throwing me off here. And I just the green scales and horns, that they have to be a different color, and I'm sure Spirit will find like the perfect one. The perfect like kind of color swap there, because she's been so good at it, like for this entire stream.
I have it down
And
to a science.
she does. And it's the same thing with the wings, and I'm not sure how I feel about the diamonds on the shoulders either. Yeah, I think that's those are my biggest problems with it. But other than that, I think it's okay for like a cat dragon looking hybrid there. Not the worst I've seen, but can be improved upon. Christy?
I'm on the same line with Maple when it comes to this character. Let's see. What I do like about it. I like that it's limited in its palette in terms of hue. Like there's 3 to 4 colors that are like sticking out to me overall, but there in terms of the variation within the purplish, like that muted purple, there's a little too much going on to where my eye kind of blends it all together into one condensed thing. I don't even notice the markings, but when you do notice those markings,
Mm-hmm.
it just seems like they're a pain in the butt to draw over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spring?
Meow. Okay, so thing I like about this character, I kind of like. I like that this character. Just looking at this character, I think like, oh, like a house cat, like that. That visually, that's what I think of. That how high it is. So I kind of like the sense of like, just by looking at it, that's what I can think of. And it's got some personality on this character sheet. The things that are bugging me, about this character, it's fine. Nothing wrong with neon, okay? Nothing wrong. But you got green neon and you got yellow neon, okay? You gotta pick one. You can't have two and have your cake. Also, you got on your character sheet. This is bugging me. You got on your character sheet. You got cute little accessories. Why is your character not wearing the cute accessories on the character sheet? I want to see a hoodie and glasses on your cute little cat dragon. I know it's just a dragon, but like it has cat.
Very feline in aesthetic.
Very feline, and like I want to see that. I want to see your cute little glasses. Like, that's my little red for Renegade. It's your turn.
I guess that makes it my turn. So
Yes.
okay, I'm kind of on the same page with the color palette. I think pick one shade of green. I've made a more muted green as well as a more muted blue because the eyes are blue. I think the eyes, in this case, because the white will draw the eye to the face, make the eyes the same color as the rest of the body because we're already pushing the color palette limit of white, this darkish purple, and the green. Because with the purplish gray, you already have a few tints, tones, and shades of it. So at this point, that's fine. But you already have white and green, and then you have blue. One or the other, at least in my opinion, because the white will draw the eye to the face.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I do think that this character is rather complicated. This would be kind of the kind of character that an artist would charge a lot of money to redraw over and over again, especially with those face markings. Shut up, Adobe Creative Cloud. I don't care about your updates. Anyway. But yeah, I think definitely tone down the color. And something really quickly before I forget. Something about these wings, it bothers me. It doesn't follow physics. Wings, like... and Spring knows this because I draw dragons all the time.
Yep.
for trying to fund my dragon book. I know a good thing or two about John.
Fund the dragon book!
That sounds so pretentious of me. But, like, the dragon, you gotta study bat wings. They look kind of like limp tentacles with skin flaps. Anyway, that's the timer. Thank you for submitting. I'm sorry we're so harsh. We do love your character, though.
You need bigger wings.
Yes, give us the big wings.
Little kitty dragon.
Alright, we're mean.
Okay.
We're so sassy tonight.
No, I'm just a dick.
Oh!
I'm the deck.
I was about to follow
Ah.
it. I was about to say I'm a certified asshole, but I don't think those two sentences happening one after the other would have been a good combo.
No, I'm just a dick tonight. That's okay.
Alright, let's go ahead.
Boy.
Let's get started. Timer starting. Maple, go.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but I kind of the face is giving me strong meme vibes, and I'm not sure if that's insulting or complimenting. So take it as you will. Again, I like the color palettes kind of remind me a bit like the color scheme is reminding me of candy, I guess, so to speak. Yeah, I guess I would just say, yeah, with the stripes on the belly. Spirit mentioned it before with another character, so I'll let her have that because she has a better way of saying it other than me just kind of spring or Spirit, one of the S's.
It's fine. It's not like one of us is blue and one of us is orange.
It's one of you said it, and I can't remember who said it best. I just know one of you have a better way of saying it, and just Spirit already showing it much better, fixing the stripe there. But yeah, I think it's an overall alright sort of design going on here. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. Chris?
Okay. I don't know how I feel about this character because the tones are all the same, but yeah, I kind of get the meme vibes. Honestly, the face from the art reminds me specifically of the guard dog from Undertale. One that can't
Yes!
see unless it moves. I get that
Yes.
kind of vibe, and I like it in that sense. The color palette just needs adjusting though, because it blends in a little too well to its markings, and there's not much to differentiate it.
I'm already like 5 steps ahead of you on that.
It's my turn.
Yes, it's your turn.
Oui.
All right. So, I love my brain. What a gem. Just the pose is like really nice on this character. So it's like, yes. But just like the way that the coloring on the feet, like the pinks, like my brain like goes to like 80s like exercise videos for like the way everything's set up on this body. Just like the workout outfits they had for those videos, like the jumpsuits. That is what I think when I look at this OC, and I love it. I absolutely love it. The thing that I think you could, and also, you know, angle. You did the angle for your little groin. Thank you. 10 out of 10. I think the thing that probably you could work on. I don't like the Pikachu ears. The yellow ears. I think that's. I would change the color of the ears. They just remind me too much of Pikachu. That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
Spirit. Yeah.
Okay. I'm with them on the color palette as well. I don't think there's enough clarity, and I'm going to show you this in one easy step. When I turn this black and white, the markings disappear. That's not good. So the thing that you're going to want to do is you got to want to make sure that each marking has a different value, which value is the light and dark. So what I've done with the new design, I've cut out this lighter pink. Either go with this lighter pink for the belly color or go with, like if I take this lighter pink, and I duplicate this layer, duplicate, let me duplicate, duplicate. Okay. You can either go with the yellow or you can go with the light pink, but not both. So,
But
depending
it's
on,
banished.
it's just a matter, you gotta keep your color palette as limited as possible for the sake of clarity. And you can keep the yellow in the eyes if you want to. Like, these are 3 different options, and if you, like I said, check the luminosity and the values of the different markings, because you can see on this other one, you can't differentiate them at all on the farthest left.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an important part of character design, is being able to see the markings, especially, like, this is something that not a lot of people think about, but colorblind people look at art too. And a colorblind person isn't going to see anything special about this character if they look at it and everything's the same value. So that's the timer. That's ultimately, so I'll go ahead, I'll leave this on screen if you want to screenshot it real quick. But that's my general gist to all of it. So thank you for sending in your character.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead.
Thank you.
That's 1 down. We've got 1, 2, 3 to go. 15 minutes left, and then
The new OCs.
yes.
Okay.
So if people
Do
want
I
to
go?
start sending in
Sorry.
donations, we're not. Yeah,
And new OCs? Oh boy.
yeah. We'll take on about half an hour's worth of it, and then anything that overflows we'll do next week. All right, timer start now.
Okay, so he's he's giving me strong, or they're giving me strong zombie vibes with like the bone hand and the what's going on with their legs. I guess like I like that, but I guess that's also kind of what's kind of going wrong in this is with if you want kind of a zombie and undead aesthetic
I think
going
it's
on.
skin.
Like in the one hand that's rubbing the eye and like
it's
the chips
pink.
in the legs.
Yeah, it's peach skin.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure, because it looks like
I don't
It
mean to
looks like
correct you, but it looks like a scaly skin, like scarred skin.
because it looks like
If
it
you
looks like
if you zoom.
bone.
Yeah, I know, but if you zoom in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I guess that's one thing. I guess with the art style then, because I totally thought it was kind of a zombie thing going on, because with the
Sorry.
legs,
Yeah.
and like the hand there. I guess that's one thing that needs to be clarified in the design. It could be the art style, or it could be just the general design. But like, I as the viewer, I want to be able to discern what's going on with the character, and the fact that I couldn't tell right off the bat, I'm not sure if that says I'm not sure if that's a good thing. You know, I want to know I want to know the information without being told I'm actually not that's a bad thing, but like you get what I'm saying though,
Yeah.
right?
It's difficult for the audience to understand what's going on.
Exactly. And I think that's a very important thing with character design, that you want to convey as much of the, like as much information just visually and not kind of confuse the viewer. You know? Christy?
I was about to say I'm gonna do a hard skip because now I have nothing to add on to.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay. I don't know. Like when I saw that hand, the first thing I thought was this character has basically had an accident with their hand. Maybe it's been a thing since they were young, and now they have like a human-esque hand.
They're wearing gloves and both of their fingers, like their fingers are not consistent.
Because zombie was not the first thing that I thought of. I thought of like edgy, old school, hot topic teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Spring?
Alright. Thing I like about this character. I kind of like the weird neon chest, but if you're gonna do neon in the chest, you need to do it elsewhere. So like the hair, do it in like the little puffs in the ears. Like you gotta. It can't just be in one place. It looks weird because like I gotta say something nice. Shoot. I guess that's technically I'm saying something nice. I want more neon. Give me more neon. Like, sorry, I
Birds with one stone.
diverged. So the thing that is bugging me about this character is your knees. The back of your, what is that? What? So it looks like someone took a pair of scissors and snips to the back of your knees.
Yeah,
And
that's why I thought it was undead.
And I can't. I want to say that this is an art style, but then you look at the elbows and there's no snips. So you're like, that can't be an art style. That's just how legs work. So
Fur got snipped.
I don't know how snips. I'm confused about snips. So
There
like,
you go.
fix snips.
I'm
2020.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm with you on that one. Another thing that kind of bothers me is the simplicity of the legs in comparison to the arms. Like the level of detail, especially like up here with tufts on the shoulders. And here's what bothers me. The legs are asymmetrical. So a thing that you'll learn in art school is a concept called contrapposto, which is Italian for counterpose. So contrapposto involves the asymmetry of the pose, which you can kind of see here, but the problem is that if you're going to have contrapposto, you have to have one knee bent and one knee straight, like that. And this here has the feet at the exact same level, and this doesn't make sense. And another thing that was, okay, I shouldn't be critiquing the art, but I'm going all out here because I'm seeing, I made the corrections to the color palette, and I don't want to sound like a broken record. These don't make sense to me. And that's the timer.
Okay.
Anyway, we're ragging on this character real hard.
I'm sorry. Thank you for submitting.
Thank you for submitting.
I'm sorry, we're just a bunch of mean.
I like the
heads.
lace, the sexy lace.
But we do have to move on, so let me go ahead. Oh, hey, Spring, it's Excalibur.
Yes!
Your favorite.
I got words. I'm excited.
All right, Maple, you're up.
Hey, so I adore this character's like the whole vibe going on. I'm getting like very like Portal vibes, and I love that. I love getting Portal vibes from characters. One thing I do think that would be a very big strength for this guy is, say, if like he was kind of like the face, like play off of the just Portal vibe even more, where he's like robot, and maybe give him more of like an old, like I would imagine like version like V1 Protogen before they upgraded to like screen kind of faces kind of thing, where it's like robotic pieces almost, and kind of like having the robotic eyes. I feel like that would be so cool. It would complicate the character, and I guess that would also be its not good thing, because it would compromise the simplicity that's going on here. But that's just me. I guess. But yeah, I think it's that's my piece. Nothing really to criticize, just more of like an opinion of where it can be changed. But yeah, Christy?
I like the direct contrast with each other, even though it's 4 colors and whatnot, and I know it stretches the imagination when we use 4 colors, but it's dark, it's light, it's blue, it's orange, it's directly against each other in the color wheel. And it doesn't hurt my eyes. It has a devilish expression, and it hits all the right notes for me. That I can say bothers me.
Spring.
All right. So I love the simplicity of this character. It's got simple shapes. I freaking love it. Okay. So with that being said, the thing that is bugging me about this, I'm sorry, I don't mean to like bring down everything. But it's anyways. Why do you got such tiny little legs? Like, are you a little? Like, I feel like he's a little toy. Like, and he's like a little. He's gonna run across the room at me. Like, he's so cute. He's so little. I don't understand why you're
like functioning
like
to him. Maybe
like I think like his arms. I'm pretty sure are like normal size, but like tiny legs for the rest of his body. It's just tiny legs.
here is what he's saying. You are a toy.
Yeah, and I don't. Maybe they come off and he can have bigger legs, like, because it looks like his arms like are joints and they can come off like he's a robot. But, like, little tiny legs. Just like, and that's not really a critique because like it's just like I don't understand. You have tiny legs. There's nothing wrong with being short, by the way. It's just like
There's nothing wrong with being long neck.
Find short people.
Yeah. I love the character, just like legs.
May I have my turn now? Okay. I had this idea, and it wasn't really a huge thing, but if we had two sides asymmetry to the character, so if we had everything on the blue, like all the paneling on the blue side be white, and all of the paneling on the orange side be black, I feel like that would be an interesting kind of like... I feel like that would be an interesting contrast, but honestly that's more just an idea than a critique, but I don't have anything else to add, so I guess, do we want to move on?
Sure.
Honestly, I'm surprised that you didn't edit so much in this character.
It's because it works on a fundamental level!
Check out all the colors.
Okay, and we
Thank you
have
for
the
submitting.
last one.
Oh, last one from our RamCon adventures.
And last one that I'll be sticking around for because I have to get food.
Yes, you have to get food and you have to sleep because you work in the worst shift humanly possibly known to man.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Alright.
Maple, you're up.
Sweet. So, looking at this character, again, the same line with that one, we'll call it Snippy Leg, because I don't know her name. I don't remember the name of that character. But yeah, I don't know what's exactly going on here. I mean, I'm not sure, because she's got two black dots. Are those supposed to be, like, nips? I don't...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
That's a nipple.
Why? Like... Why, right? And then, like, the tail, is it bone? And I think that's just, like, the art style going on there that makes it so I can't exactly tell what's going on. And, yeah, I guess what I would do to kind of quote-unquote fix the character would just to be, because it looks like it's about, like, a mouse-dog kind of hybrid going on. So I would probably either just give it a mouse tail, or a fluffy tail. I wouldn't do the whole bone thing because it just doesn't feel like it matches, because the rest of the character kind of looks alive, more or less. The horns, I know I'm a sucker for horns, so I can be a little biased, so I don't really have much to say there, but I think it goes okay with this character, I guess. Yeah, and then again, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on here with the character, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Christy?
Okay, so first thing I need to note, mostly because I've been obsessed with Animal Crossing, we've reviewed two characters named Blanche and Apollo. Neither of them are birds. And with Blanche's case, I don't mean to abstract from the entire character design on itself. The name Blanche usually means white. Why am I not looking at a white character? The only white element is the tail.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to say that, it has to be white because of its name, but usually it would derive from that element, and I'm missing it aside from the tail. That's all I really got.
Spring?
Okay.
Also, not to be that guy, but it's Blanche.
Oh.
Oh, you
Oui,
fancy
oui,
Okay.
Canadians
I
with your
heard Call
French.
Blanche from the Golden Girls and everything else, so.
All right. So, something nice, because we start with something nice.
Oui.
I like that you've got this tail with that, like, reminds me of Dr. Seuss. Okay? I like the I can't remember which short it is, but they've got the trees. Yes,
The
the
Lorax.
the Lorax and the trees. That's what your tail literally looks like. It's a tree. So I like that. So, the thing that is bugging me, there's too much going on with your RC. You have horns, you have blue fluff, you've got circles going down, you have stripes, you have neon. You are
I
like,
have an inappropriate name.
whatever, names relevant. You threw everything you're like the ClovenCast, these are the things the ClovenCast doesn't like, and you made an OC that's like, not that we don't like it, but it's just like it's a lot to, and I feel like maybe I'm missing some information of like maybe this is a hybrid. It has to be a hybrid. There's no
It looks like
like
an original species. And
maybe
that's the
yeah.
timer.
Shoot, sorry.
Honestly, I don't have a whole lot to point out. I kind of fiddled with the colors, but honestly, I feel like let's try the Okay, so there's at least enough contrast in the markings. I feel like I can't think of anything. Yeah, I'm kind of with them on the whole, like, there's too much going on. I think you really need to simplify, but other than that, it is pretty solid. I do think the neon green bothers me. I think if you were to go with blue for that, like, either go with blue or go with green. Not both.
There's
All
got
right.
a tone going on for it, though.
But,
That is the end of our RamCon
overflow.
people.
That took
Overflow.
us 3 hours.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes, thank you. I'm glad I was able to show up for some critiquing of OCs, because I know I wasn't able to show up last time.
I'm
You
glad
were
that
around longer than the
I showed
original
up
one.
halfway through.
Yay! Technical difficulties.
So,
You
If
got
you
it.
go, you can head out.
Mm-hmm.
I must bid everyone adieu, and I will see you the next time we make a ClovenCast. Hopefully next time, because God knows what my work schedule is looking like for the next while.
I mean,
Thank
we
you
got
for
something
working.
fun scheduled for next week.
Hello,
So,
feathers and good night.
adieu to you and you and you and you. Okay, I'm out. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
See ya.
It was
Bye.
fun. Bye.
Bye.